And apologies to Charli D'Amelio. I'm so sorry. I'm still thinking about that. I'm so upset about it. I know. I feel so bad. I want to personally apologize. Come on the show and I'll apologize to you. Welcome back to Just Trish. We are cozy vibes. The Halloween set is gone. We're getting into the holiday spirit a little early. I'm in a big old sweater because I feel a little tired and fat. That's the name of the podcast. Tired and fat today. Just Trish and Oscar. People said it should be Trisha and Friends because it's Oscar and Moses. It should be Trisha and Friends.
I feel like the Friends is kind of implied. Like, I feel like it's like the Friends is silent. Like, we're here.
I'm not your friend.
Right.
I'm your husband.
Okay, we can be both. Oh my God. I'm not
Trisha and a friend and a husband.
Right, a friend and a husband. I feel like friends are never implied with me. I don't think anyone ever implies that I have friends. But I do have friends. We have Oscar. Hi, good to see you. It's been a while.
I know. It's been, oh my God, a week and change. But for us, that feels like a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we filmed the Halloween episode like a few days prior to when we normally film because we went away for Moses' birthday. And so like it's been more than a week since we saw each other. It's been like 12 or 13 days, which is like crazy, which is kind of why I feel a little out of sorts. Like I did do an interview last week, but I hadn't done an interview in like 3 weeks because I was like stacking them up. And so I didn't do interviews for like a couple weeks. So I did my first one last week again, like to start fresh for November. And I was just like, oh, I kind of feel a little out of practice. And with this too, I'm kind of like, I feel like I camouflage with the chair. I feel like I just blend. And someone's like, you shouldn't wear pink because you like, and I'm like, that's kind of a good point because I kind of blend in rather than pop, but it's just easier. This is Fashion Nova again. I'm just begging for that Fashion Nova sponsorship.
They commented on your TikTok, so we're getting back. We're getting back.
I know. It's wild. They comment on my TikTok. I really do wear them every episode. And by the way, I have to say this because so many people in the last episode was like 1X is an XL. They think 1X is lower than double XL. Do you know about this?
No.
Okay. I kept seeing everyone be like, Trish, 1X is an XL, and then 2X is double XL. No. Standard sizes usually go from like small or extra small to like double XL. And then it starts 1X, 2X, 3X. Like it's a Hot Topic, Fashion Nova, Dolls Kill. They all, like their standard sizes go up to double XL. And that's what I used to get. And then I realized I have to be a 1X now. And Fashion Nova goes to that 1X. So I'm a 1X now. That's above an XL. That's above a double XL. It's a 1X. And then it goes 2X, 3X. And some go up to 5X. I think Skims, shout out Skims, goes up to 5X. But yeah, I had to tell people, I know for the fatties that are not fat out there, they don't get it. They don't get it. They're like, no, Trish, no. 1X is an XL. Duh, you silly girl. I was like, no, it's two very separate things. Man, a lot of people aren't fatties and it shows.
But you are in your skinny era because you said you've been getting cold, and that's like, that is a skinny trait for sure.
I got scared about it, actually. I've been very cold lately, and that's why I'm in this sweater again. I'm freezing all the time, which most of the time I'm never freezing. I'm always like sweating, and I'm cold. Like at night, I wear like a hoodie around the house with it up, like with a blanket. I know.
That is very thin.
It's very thin or very dying. I don't know which. I'm like, maybe I should go to a doctor, but I don't even know how do you just go to a doctor? Like, I've always just gone to like urgent care or hospitals. Are those the options?
You don't have like a normal doctor?
No, do you?
Oh, yeah.
A primary physician?
Yes.
Oh, I never have. They always ask on like insurance. I'm just like, what? Do you go? You just go to like someone who knows everything.
Yeah, I have one this week actually to re-up my prescriptions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I just say what I'm experiencing and she'll just write me a little prescription willy-nilly.
Oh.
But God bless her soul.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go to an online doctor? I feel like that's what people do now.
I know. And I see all the TikTok ads for all these little online doctors for all these different like disorders. And I'm like, maybe it's just, but I feel like that's like a slippery slope because I'm like, we'll have a prescription for everything at some point.
That's true.
You know?
But there's some you can like send a picture of like what, like if there's something on you and send it and then they can like diagnose what it is.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, because I never know how to go to doctors. I always just think you have to go to like specialty doctors for everything. I don't know. I go to urgent care. I feel like they know everything.
Urgent care is kind of easier because you can also just show up and then
just show up. Yeah. There's the Exa urgent cares near us and they're just so clean and nice. I went the other day and it was like a month ago I went. When I had that like weird cough I went and they were like, it's fine, but I don't know. I was like coughing so much and they did like x-rays and I don't know. Someone told me I had bronchitis and someone else told me I had pneumonia. Like they kept diagnosing me with different things at different urgent cares. I'm like, do they know what's happening? And then they all gave me medications and none of them really worked. And I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes love doctors, but sometimes I don't know if they all know what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like doctors sometimes I think, especially at urgent care, kind of just guess. They're like, here's some antibiotics, just take them, you know?
I know, and it's like, I guess because they have to know so much about so many different like sicknesses, and it's like such a range. Like they have to say what your cough is, but they also have to like stitch someone's hand back together if they cut it. Like that's a lot of like general knowledge to have. So I imagine like they must miss sometimes. You know?
Yeah, of course. That is actually so true because I went to that same urgent care like maybe like 2 years ago, and I had a little tiny hair in my foot, but it felt like a nail in my foot. It was so sharp. It was swelling. It was like this thing, and he's like, it was just like, but he went in and like took it out with something, and it was like a hair, like a little tiny hair. No, it was like I stepped on a hair in the bathroom, a tiny hair, and remember that? And I was like, wait, there's a hair, and it like caused my foot. I couldn't like walk on it. It was like, it was so bizarre. It was so weird.
No, it can happen. Probably was maybe from my beard or something.
Yeah, like
Oh
that
my
little.
God.
It was in my foot, but it was causing me so much pain, and he just knew how to like take it out. I was like, okay, but I mean, honestly, I didn't trust it at first because we live in a small town, so there's like small urgent cares. He's no longer there. He was great. His name was Dr. Shalom. I don't know if we can say that, but he was a great doctor. He knew everything. Can we say that? Shout out. He was so good. He helped my sister. She had something right before our wedding, like on her, and like he helped her. I don't know. He was actually really good, but they closed down, so either he went on to a bigger city or
Now it's Dr. Goodbye.
Dr. Goodbye. Good Hebrew joke there, Moses. How was your weekend? How was Halloween? Do we talk about Halloween? I mean, it's so long ago.
Yeah, I know. Halloween feels like a long time ago. It was kind of boring for me though. Like I just kind of worked, so nothing really that fun. But we haven't even gotten to talk about it because it's been so long. But you literally won Halloween. Everyone kind of like has attested that you won Halloween.
Thank you.
Viral look after viral look after. I was like, wow.
It was hitting. I was shocked. I was shocked by a lot of them, actually. I was really shocked by the Idol because I thought nobody cared.
I know.
Like, nobody knew. But the Pop Crave one got like 10 million views on that. And I was like, that's wild. So people really like that. There's so many like things where it's like, I didn't know if this was a picture of Lily Rose in the weekend or what. And
It
I was like,
ate. Like, you guys really served everyone. Moses' haircut, I think, was so freaking popular.
Yeah, it was. And because of the haircut, he kind of did it for that shoot because, like, not to talk about the weekend again, but we have to talk about the weekend and Taylor Swift in a second. But he had like his hair combed back kind of, and his hair's not long enough, so he did the buzz cut. But then it was so weird because we weren't planning on Taylor and Travis Kelce, but then everyone weirdly was saying, oh, he looks like Travis Kelce.
Yes.
And I was like, what? So then when they came out with that picture of them like holding hands with I love the Google Reverse app. Did I talk about this already?
I think you talked about it in like one of your main channel.
Okay,
like,
not
videos.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
I know everyone's like, you're just finding out about. Okay, I always saw it on the show Catfish. Like we used to talk about this. The show Catfish. Like Nev would always do like a reverse Google image search to find if like the picture's been anywhere else on the internet. And first of all, I don't know how they did that so long ago, like 10 years ago, because it wasn't like on an app or so. I don't know. Anyways, so I always like try to look online and I could never figure out how to Google reverse image search. And so literally 3 weeks ago, my makeup artist showed me how to do it, and now it tells you like where to buy the clothes. So as soon as I saw the Travis Kelce one, like it literally like came up to where to buy his. It's the ice cream brand. He must have gotten sponsored because both those things were ice cream, and then hers too popped up of like where to get everything, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So that's my secret not to cosplay. So we did that like kind of last minute, kind of inspired by you because people said they're like Oscar would be very proud.
I loved it.
I guess you're the Swiftie fan, which is true. I thought of you when we did it. I think I sent you a selfie that day. You're probably like, I don't want to see this.
No, are you kidding? I was like, it was like a proud mother moment. I was like, that's my baby and I'm proud. Like,
I know. I felt like you'd be really excited. I wish I could have seen you in person that day.
And the Chiefs commented on your TikTok too, which is crazy.
No,
You didn't see that?
No.
They said they had to do a double. The Chiefs literally commented that they had to do a double take on your TikTok because
Wow.
yes.
Oh my God. Congrats. I know Moses getting all
What do
the
you
praise.
mean?
I love it though. You're the
That's
star.
his like, what do you call it? His team?
Yeah.
What?
The official
Oh my
TikTok
God.
verified check mark everything.
Maybe it could be his
That's
like
so
stunt
funny.
double.
Yep.
Like
I'll do
maybe
it.
a decoy, maybe we could be their decoy.
Right. When they go to a show or a game, we
How
can be
come
the
no
one
one
coming
said that
out.
about me as Taylor Swift? How come no one was like, I had to do a double take?
You literally ate the look. Like, you said that you don't like the bangs and you don't like the red lipstick, but you
No.
ate the look. Like it looked so good.
Thank you. But it's wild to me that that's her style because I felt like a 12-year-old. Like I felt so little. I was just like with the bangs. I did keep him on. It was Moses' birthday that day. That was what we did on his birthday because we only had one day left to do a cosplay. And I'm like, okay, let's just do a little like Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. He doesn't mind. And then we went to the birthday and I kept the bangs because I was like, well, it's kind of like, I took the red lip off though. I don't know how she does it. The red lip was wild. And we were going to go see the Eras tour, but Priscilla was out this weekend. So I went
Oh
to see
yeah,
that.
but
I
you
was
did
like,
get the
yeah.
Eras Tour bucket I saw, so that was
Yes, and
yeah.
yours has been here for a while. Are you over it? You've left it here for so long. I'm like, wow, he doesn't care.
I just have nowhere else to put it. I'm like, we could just keep it in the
Oh,
background.
really? I thought you would like use it at home. I was like, wow, he must not like that anymore. Yours is better. We went to like Regency and there was like a black bucket.
That's all
Yours
they
is-
probably had left, I think. 'cause,
Yeah, I was surprised they had that. I was
I
like,
know.
oh. But because this is a Taylor Swift in the Weekend podcast, Taylor Swift officially beat out The Weeknd on the Spotify charts.
Yeah, she's the number one most listened to artist in Spotify.
That's wild that they were both at the top. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Remember, that's how I tied our costume together that one day. I was like, Weekend's number one, she's number two. So I was like,
Oh, I didn't know because like from day one we've talked about The Weeknd and Taylor Swift and on here, and I didn't realize they were both so big.
Taylor, like in my head, Taylor's still like a small little artist that's like I stand and like because I've just like been a fan from when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
So then like I see that she's number one, like the numbers and like how many people like her and follow her and stuff. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, she's not so niche
No.
anymore. I think that with The Weeknd too. I thought I like discovered somebody in the Idol, and now I just realized, oh God, everybody loves him.
know.
It makes me sad. I was like, no, he's supposed to. I tweeted him again last night, but he hasn't
I think
responded.
he must have seen the Idol like there's no way that he didn't see it, or at least
know.
Lily Rose, the
I
Idol,
tagged
the
them.
Idol group chat. I think they must have sent it back and forth. Like I just refuse to like ignore that happened.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Troye Sivan probably saw it.
Yeah. Then the next time we get any of them like in an interview, or whatever, at my job, I'm gonna make sure that question is asked. Did you see Trisha Paytas? Because I need to know. Like I just genuinely need to know.
I love when people ask, like, have you seen Trisha Paytas? Someone asked that of the My Chemical Romance music video director. It was like a serious interview. I don't know. I can't remember the publication. And like, he directed all the My Chemical Romance videos, and he has like a big movie out now. And they're like, "Did you ever see Trisha Paytas' like sad boy covers of these?" And he like they showed it to him, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like a lot of effort." And I was like, I love that's wild to me when people do it, but I love it so much. But congrats to Taylor Swift beating out The Weeknd.
Did you know who did see one of your costumes though?
No.
Ariana Grande saw your Sharpay with Zach Sang.
No.
Because she liked his Instagram post. He did like a Halloween dump, and yours was like the first or second one, and Ariana liked it, so she knows who you are.
I am an Ariana stan through and through. I'm supportive
I
of
love
it.
that girl. I
I'm
can't
here
help
for it. She looks so great. And wow. Oh my God. That's
Isn't that crazy?
Did he post? I didn't see. He
Yeah,
posted
he
it?
posted an October dump, and you were like the
Oh,
first
I
or
was a dump.
second one, and like he had a few, but you were at the top, so there's no way she didn't see it.
Well, she probably didn't like maybe that photo. Maybe she's like the
It
first
doesn't
photo.
matter. She at
Okay,
least saw
okay.
it. Because when you go look back again on your feed, they always show the second photo. And like when you do the carousel.
Oh,
post.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Mhm.
It's bizarre to me. I think we talked about this before. Like people like Zach. Like to me, Zach's like a normal person to me or whatever. But it's like interesting that he's like you're just friends with like Ariana Grande, and
It's
he's like
crazy.
close friends with her, and they like talk on the phone. And I'm like, I don't know. That's wild to me.
Same. It's hard to
Right.
process that. And I will say, like, I know Ariana we've gone up and down with her, but
Yeah.
I was going through like old interviews to edit like a random Ariana video at my job the other day. And in the footage, and this was like maybe it was Scream Queen, so like whatever, 2016, 2017. And like as Ariana comes in, you expect her to kind of be diva, but she literally went up to every single person on the crew at ET and like all the camera guys, all the audio guys, the host said, "Hi, how are you, Mariana? How you doing?" Like
Oh
literally
my
had a conversation, and
gosh.
I've never seen that. And I saw like paparazzi video of her the other day in New York, and she literally said, "Oh, hi, Caesar, how are you?" to the paparazzi.
She like knows their name.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I
kinda
think she's very sweet.
I feel like she's very sweet. Bo and Yang said that. He says she's very funny. Did you see that
No.
interview? Oh, Bo and Yang just did an interview about, like, literally, like, last night or something like that about Ariana and how funny she is and how she's, like, gay-coded and stuff like that. He goes, but she would never say she's a gay man trapped in a woman's body because she's, like, too funny for that. And I was just like, oh, my God. Because he said she's very gay-coded because she has, like, Frankie Grande as her brother
Yeah.
and she's like this. And so he said he loves her and that she's funny and they text all the time. And I guess he's in the new Wicked.
Yeah, he's in it with her.
Oh, that's so weird. Who is he?
I don't know who he is,
Oh, you
but
don't watch Wicked?
No,
I can't
but-
even imagine. I love Bone Yang, but I can't. He turned down one of the roles of Ken. Like, he must be in demand because he turned down a role of Ken. So I was like, he must be really popular right now.
And he's friends with Taylor Swift too.
Oh my
so,
God.
Yeah.
Are you jealous?
I don't know. I
I
think
always
so.
think like that could be you. You could be friends with Ariana because you guys have like the same energy. Not just because you're gay, but just the same energy.
And
Just
she's
like
a Cancer too, so I think.
Oh my God.
I think.
Wow, I love that you know this.
I'm pretty sure she is.
I bet she would sing if she came. Nobody wants to sing with me on the podcast. Our guest that we have coming up that I interviewed last week, I was like, can you sing with me? She's like, I love singing. I'm like, okay, let's sing. And she's like, no. I was like, what? I just want a whole duet podcast.
I feel like you have to set someone up to sing with you
I
before,
always
you
do.
know. No, I mean like before, like get like days in advance. Like
No, that needs to be on the spot. Because my last guest was like, I love karaoke. And I was like, me too. What's your song? And then she's like, didn't want to sing with me. Loved her though. She was great. I was just like, oh.
Did you see Addison Rae also shared your Halloween costume
No!
too? Wait, you didn't see either? Why do I?
What?
Why do I know everything?
Addison is cool.
Hey, we didn't know that.
Wait, because I thought Addison like hated
No,
me.
she shared your
Where?
the side by side. It was like a random like pop culture account posted the side
Like
by
viral
side.
things or something, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she posted it to her Instagram story.
I wonder if she knew it was me.
I'm pretty sure she knew it was you.
Maybe she didn't, because she's probably just like, oh, this person, like I spiced her, just like this person's dressed up as me and like don't really realize who it is. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Addison Queen. She has a new movie coming out November 17th called Thanksgiving. Go see it. But I thought she didn't like me because I said one of my really good friends wrote that movie. And so I remember someone on the set was like, oh, you're friends with Trish? Like she talked crap about Addison. Because he didn't know the beef. Like he doesn't get it. He doesn't know. Not that I was a one-sided beef back in the day. But he's like, did you talk crap about Addison? I was like, oh yeah, I guess back in the day I was kind of like a hater or whatever. And I'm like, but tell her I love her, whatever. I'm sure he didn't. But I just remember it was brought up like on this movie set this year. And I was like, oh man, she probably like hates me. So yeah, I love that people love it because everyone's like, Addison's so camp. And then you doing Addison. I don't know. I was in the Halloween spirit. That also was when we were like on vacation. I had the troops get up in the morning and like grab Malibu. He's like holding Malibu, filming me. And oh my God, I love all the recognition.
I know. So pretty much everyone that you cosplayed as has like given you some kind of affirmation. So that's a big achievement.
That's a big achievement. Just waiting on Abel. Today's sponsor is Microdose. Okay, if you have not heard of microdosing, I'm going to put you on to something great. So Microdose are these cute little gummies right here. They have the right amount of THC where you're not going to get like high or feel loopy. This is perfect if you have any sort of anxiety, muscle tension, but you're a little bit scared to take a full-on pill. These gummies are going to make you feel just right and the amount of good without getting too, loopy. If you're a little scared to take a pill or try anything like that, the Microdose is what you need. So you've probably heard the word microdosing. If not, just know that all sorts of people are microdosing to feel healthier and perform better. Let's talk about microdosing. You know that just right feeling when your body and mind are really at peace, like after a workout or a nice long shower, when you're totally relaxed, focused, and a little energized, being in the zone. Well, microdosing can help you get into that zone easier and stay there longer. I'm someone who just like doesn't get weed, doesn't do weed. It just like doesn't really do anything for me. I'm always like, okay, good for you that you're able to get into this zone and relax. Can't do it. Just a little half a gummy gives me that same sort of experience that I hear so many people talk about. I don't feel out of my mind. I feel in control. I also just feel very relaxed. It just gives you a little bit of peace, a peace of mind. Just a little piece of gummy gives you a little peace of mind, and it's just nice. Other benefits of the microdose is mood boosting, relaxation, living in the moment. It can help you fall asleep and stay asleep. It can help with exercise and post-workout recovery, and helps with your focus and creativity. Microdosing can help you feel good and chill without making you feel lazy or hazy. To learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and use code TRISH to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Again, that's microdose.com, code TRISH. Microdose.com, code TRISH for 30% off. Thank you so much to Microdose for sponsoring this episode. You guys, please go try out Microdose if you want a little relaxation, if you want to feel good. It'll help you, it'll help the show, and we really appreciate it. Shout out Microdose. Go to microdose.com, code TRISH for 30% off.
But Chrissy Teigen and John Legend also did The Idol, and I feel like they were inspired by you guys too.
What did they do?
They did the same thing that you got, but John Legend has the little rat tail.
He would look good as him. What was she in? Was she in the same outfit?
I think so. And she had like the hair and makeup to like look, but it didn't eat as much as you guys did.
Thanks.
So
yeah, we actually found the actual car from the Idol. We went to Hacienda Heights. They were actually really great because it's through like it was a whole thing. So to find the car, first I put it out on Instagram and no one responded. Then I went on IMDb Pro and then I found the person who was in charge of like motion picture car rentals. I just DM'd the guy and he was like so nice. He's like, yeah, I rented it from this place. And I was like, wow, that's so nice. I called the place and like, no, we don't have that car. But then that guy was really nice. He's like, let me call this one. And I think it was Paramount Pictures cars or something like that. There was like movie machines, Paramount Pictures cars. So he called. He's like, I found it for you. So it gave me to this other guy. Then this other guy was like, oh, it's going to be a couple $1,000s to like bring it to your house because we put it on a flatbed. And I was like, is there any way we can like literally just go to the car and take like a photo? And they were like so nice. And they just like let us drive out there and take a photo in it.
That's why your dedication is like kind of unmatched. Like
Thank you. It was, and we drove out there. It was hot. And the owners are like so nice owners of the cars. They have like all these cars that they put in like Oppenheimer. Like they have all these vintage cars and they're like an older couple, like in their 80s. They were just living life.
Raymond, he's like 80 years old and they own the car and they have a lot of other cars there too. And he's so proud of it. Like, this car was an Oppenheimer. This car was
That's
what's the other one with
wild.
Zodiac Killer.
the Zodiac Killer? And they actually ask him to be
The Zodiac Killer,
in the movie.
yeah. Mhm,
All kind of
yeah.
stuff. Like, really fun couple that.
They
I
said
mean,
the Idol.
Only in
Yeah.
Los Angeles, you know, you have things like that. People that like
Yeah.
have built cars all their lives and then suddenly found this.
They were great. They
outlet.
just like loved these cars, and so like literally like they
Yeah.
just kind of let us
And the
go
whole
in for an
family,
hour.
the kids, the whole family are into cars, and everyone has like really special cars.
They gave
so
us
fun.
Coca Colas. The guy was like 80s, like, you want some Coca Cola? I was like, yeah. Like, it was such a vibe. Like, it was, I don't know, you thought it would
Yeah.
be kind of like hoity toity, like this car and all stuff like that. But they were there, and then I asked them like questions about the weekend. I'm like, oh my God, did you like get to see it? They didn't actually, usually they go on sets, and this one they didn't because it was like they needed the car for like a long period of time or something like that. But yeah, it was very exciting. It was the actual car that Abel and Lily Rose sat in. And I felt it. I remember just feeling like the spirit of it. I just felt so cool. I know you were feeling the spirit. You were definitely feeling the spirit. It was,
I'm into cars.
yeah.
It was a very nice car.
Oh yeah, he was like filming all the little things. That was a memory. Oh, I didn't see it. I thought we were the only people who did the Idol. I thought, oh wow, that's really cool.
No, it's always so funny because I got tagged. So a listener, like a Jester's viewer listener, tagged me in it, and it's always whenever they want you to see something, they just tag me and they
I
know
love
that
it.
I'll bring it up to you, which is so fun.
Yeah, the fan art you sent me, it was so good. Yeah,
it's the best.
I love
and then
it.
yeah, so someone tagged me in John Legend's like Instagram post, and then it was like,
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. They recreated it. I like it. I am somewhat of a it's not gatekeeper. What is it? Like, you don't want, like, I like things that aren't cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not on purpose. I really thought the Idol was cool. Like, I thought that was like a big show because it's Euphoria. So I thought everybody was liking it until I realized like it wasn't. But when something's not cool, it makes me like it a little more. But it's gonna be a cult classic. I can feel like Ariana did Showgirls, and I'm sorry, but I
Oh,
did
yeah.
Showgirls like 3 years ago, and everyone's like, "What is this? Who?" And then everyone like, granted, she did so good, and she looked just like her, and I was like, "Okay, that's kind of they ate." But I love it. I was so excited. I love when like because I feel like I haven't seen anyone do that like Showgirls. That's like such a movie that was like a flop, and then everyone loved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was cool. Halloween.
that's why I think you and Ariana really could be friends because I think you guys like, I mean, you have so much in common and you like a lot of niche things and like the musical theater thing. I think that you guys would she would sing with you. I really do
She
think
would
so.
sing.
Yeah.
I would sing with Ariana. I wouldn't even be scared. I would sing like for good. Like I'd sing all of it. I know everyone's like, no, you don't want to be friends with Ariana because she's friends with Colleen, but we don't know that she's still friends with Colleen just because Frankie Grande is friends with Colleen. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. But I love it. And also like, yeah.
And also, I feel like all because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you co-sign every single thing that someone
Yeah.
like does, or and they're like, you know, your friendship
Yeah.
can be separate from anything else that Ariana has going on. So
I like to believe she's not friends with her. I like to believe that's over.
like you're Zach, like that's all you need.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. That's a good thing. I like to think about that sometimes. I'm always like, I wonder if they're friends with this person. But I live for her, and Ethan Slater are going hot and heavy. They had a date night.
I know. I said she went out to see him in what musical?
Spamalot. Oh my God. First of all, Spamalot, it's like weird. They did a revival of that like 10 years ago. So I'm like, wow, it's weird they're doing another revival. I love Spamalot. It's one of my favorite musicals ever. I love that she went opening night. I love that he's in it. Like, I don't know. I want to go see it. I hope they sponsor us. Spamalot sponsor us. It's so good. Spamalot's amazing. You know, you don't like musicals at all, huh?
I don't know. I've never like really experienced one. The only one I've seen live is High School Musical. My parents took me to High School Musical at the Pantages Theater once.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like a Broadway company, like
It
from
was
New York?
like a touring company, and they did a live High School Musical, and
that
I
must
saw
not
that.
be Broadway because
I don't think it was Broadway. It was like Hollywood and Highland.
Really? Because usually Pantages has like Broadway shows.
Oh, really?
Like they usually have people from New York touring, but I don't think that one was on Broadway.
I don't know. My
was
parents took me to
wild.
it once. I think we left early though, because I don't know if I liked it. But I'm willing to give musicals a try. I'm not like anti.
You're not
anything.
anti-musicals. I guess if Taylor Swift. Oh, she was in Cats. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't even see Cats.
Oh my God, you're a Taylor Swift fan and you don't see Cats? What the heck?
I think I bought a ticket, but I just didn't go.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
so I put my money where my mouth was at least, but I just didn't like.
You supported.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
supported
Support it
it.
from afar, you know.
I like that. We saw Priscilla on Saturday, and we went on a Saturday night, 8:00 p.m., which is like not like us at all, but we're like, okay, Malibu will be sleeping. So my mom watched her, and then we like went out. But I didn't know the demographic Priscilla. When we saw Elvis, it was like a lot of older people. This was like all teenage girls.
Yeah, the demo for this was a lot younger than they were
Why?
expecting.
That's so random.
I think it's Jacob Elordi, because he was doing a lot of press for it.
Oh.
And
so everyone's like, we're going to just go for him.
yeah, and everyone's like the Lilo and Stitch, but and then he said he ate like pounds and pounds of bacon.
Which isn't a lot. I was telling Moses that about the pound of bacon, and Moses cooks bacon every Sunday, and he's like, I cook over a pound of bacon, and I eat all that. So I'm like, honestly, that's not that that much. Like, it's very easy to eat. And I was like, he also was no body shaming. This is just a fact. And I think he can admit this. He was just like so skinny. So I was like, well, where did that bacon go? Like, he has really good metabolism. But he was so skinny, it was actually crazy.
He's just also so tall that like I think it would take a lot of weight for him to look any different.
He's 6'5", he said in an interview. Yeah. I get the Jacob Elordi hype. I think I was a Jacob Elordi hater because I didn't know him. But like interviews, I don't know. He just never came across as someone that I'm like, I like that guy. But I really liked him in Elvis. He was really good. I think he just like wasn't like Elvis, but it was like good. It was like, I get what they were trying to do because like Austin Butler was just like so Elvis.
Yeah.
And so I get him just being like a version of Elvis, like, you know, not really like going into it. And he is a good actor. He was really good. And of course, good looking. I was like, okay, he's pretty handsome. The overall movie was just kind of like boring. I just felt like, did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it yet. I know I was going to, but it's kind of I was so busy. My boyfriend was really busy with school, but
oh man,
and he has to. I think he would be into it, so I couldn't go just see it alone.
Is he an Elvis fan?
Like, he's a fan of like dramas, so I think he would appreciate that. For me, like my attention spans are so slow that like.
Oh well, it's just a slow movie, especially at the beginning. It's just in general, it's a very slow movie. Like it's a movie that really had no story to it. Did you ever watch the Diana movie with Kristen Stewart? Oh, it was very that because I love like, well, I don't love like, but I like biopics. And we think we talked about this. Like I like biopics, and the Diana movie was just like a 2-day span of her life just being isolated in the king. It was very weird. There was nothing about Charli. Like I don't know, it wasn't a life story, and that's kind of like Priscilla too. It was her just like alone in Graceland the whole time, and him out, and she's just like, I'm so bored and alone. And they were good. It was good actors. It was shot really beautiful. Like it could have been something. But if you're an Elvis fan, you probably won't like it because they make Elvis look terrible. And not to say, look, I'm an Elvis fan and I'm someone who separates like art from person in the case of Elvis. So I don't have a doubt that he was probably a crappy husband. Like basically the whole thing was like him just cheating on her the whole time. Definitely think that. We were talking about that after the movie, how I just feel like every celebrity cheats. I really do. Sorry if you're married to a celebrity. But I think they just get used to it. I think they just accept it. And that's kind of how Priscilla was. He basically was like, this is my life. And if you don't want it, like you can leave or whatever. And she's like, okay, I'll just like stay or whatever. So I think people just like accept it. Because I truly think every celebrity cheats. There's just so much temptation and stuff like that. And which made me like, after the movie, I was just like, you know what? This is like what? Because I always wanted to be with a celebrity. And I was like, once again, just reaffirming, I'm like, I would not want that. Because they come first. They can cheat. You can't. You have to say, like, you just have to deal with all that shit. And it's like, I couldn't do it. I get it, the fame, especially if it's Elvis. So I'd probably be like, all right. But I don't know.
And Lana Del Rey was supposed to do a song for the movie. And then she ended up not, but
oh, why? That's random.
She's a big Priscilla fan, I think, and so Sophia Coppola like reached out to Lana Del Rey to do a song, and then I guess like timing didn't really work out, allegedly. But
that's weird because I thought she was like a fan because she always like she looks like her.
Yeah,
maybe she was matching it to play Priscilla. Because sometimes that happens. You just like age out of the role, you know, like because they talked about it for so long that she would play Priscilla, but you know, she probably too.
That actually would have been kind of iconic though. She did. I don't think Lana has acted in anything, but I would love, besides like the Waffle House employee. But
the Waffle House employee. Everyone's cosplaying like Waffle House, Walmart, and I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, kind of my thing. But I don't know. That's old news. But I guess people were mad at the D'Amelios for doing it.
Oh yeah, I get why people would be annoyed with it, with Charli working at Walmart for like a little video, but I don't think her intent was really that bad. You know?
Totally. Yeah. I don't think it was mocking. I think they just, I am someone that like obviously can't really relate to the D'Amelios. Like I watch, there's nothing I relate to when they talk about, I think it was Spill Sesh or someone was talking the comparison and everyone's like, well, it's Trisha's brand like fast food. So I think it's like maybe something where it's like, they don't see them as like Walmart enthusiasts or something, you know what I mean? And they're just kind of there because they're promoting their snacks in Walmart, which, you know, makes sense or whatever. And Lana Del Rey supposedly just did it low key at Waffle House because she likes the Waffle House or something. So I think there's like levels of it. I don't know. It is wild. Sometimes it just looks a little out of place. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater, but yeah, people got really mad. I think people really judge the D'Amelios like so harshly. It's like Rachel Zegler. Sometimes they just come across wrong. Like Rachel Zegler, I truly believe. I saw her in another because she gets to do interviews now, which is like wild. Like of all people that they allow to do it during the strike, Rachel Zegler should be the last one. Just because she's just not good at interviews. And I'm gonna try and stick up for her because I think there's just certain people that don't know how they come across, you know, or they just don't come across well. I think the D'Amelios are kind of like that in a sense. Like I try to watch a little bit of their shows and I think it's just like, I get where they're trying to come from, but then they come across like a little like entitled or something like that. And I think that's maybe the turn off for people. And same thing with Rachel Zegler too. I feel like she's trying to do something and it just doesn't work. Like she's trying to be relatable or quirky or something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. I don't know. Who was talking about the double standards? And I kind of agree with this, like how everyone thought it was cute and funny when like Robert Pattinson said he hated Twilight and like hates the books and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But when Rachel Zegler does it, everyone like comes for
That
her.
is tea.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's true. That's the hypocrisy. That's the patriarchy right there.
I don't know. I think first of all, a lot of it is misogynistic, but there is an element of like everyone kind of dunks on Twilight, even the people who like it.
Right.
So maybe that's why the disconnect there is like very sad. That's why I was so pro Rachel Zegler. I'm like, someone's got to take her side. It's turning around though. The Hunger Games movie, it has like rave reviews so far.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the tides are turning.
Okay.
I think we have a wave of positivity
I
for
hope
Rachel
so.
Zegler. I'm hoping.
The CGI dwarves look so much better, and she looked very cute in it. So hopefully that turns around. I don't know. I think she just comes across like wrong, like not how she intends to.
But with Charli, I thought it was so interesting because I think people were mad that she was like smiling as she was checking out like the bags of chips and like flicking her little bob. I didn't. I think Pop Crave, I love you, Pop Crave, but you all set her up. You all set Charli D'Amelio up.
Say?
Just like the way you can kind of tell when they like post something, knowing that people are gonna quote tweet and like make a conversation about it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So they totally the way that they posted it. Charli D'Amelio stuns at Walmart. Like you know, it's like y'all set her up and you know it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt kind of bad for her because also like it had to get approved by like corporate, I'm assuming, to promote that the chips be happy snacks, popcorn and chips.
Love that. Okay, be happy. Doesn't she have a song called "Be Happy" or no,
Dixie.
sad or something?
Doesn't Dixie have one
Called like really sad, like one day I was really, 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 really sad. That should have been the name of the snacks.
Really sad.
Yeah, really sad snacks. I like the be happy. Yeah, someone had to approve it. It's funny though that that's what they approved because I also think I started this trend and I'm kind of like, okay, well, I should be the one promoting this. You know what I mean? Because like, remember there was a whole wave of it. Like Ben Affleck was a Dunkin' for Super Bowl. Paul Rudd was Baskin Robbins for Ant-Man. I was like, okay, I feel like this is kind of my thing that I don't get any credit
That's
for.
true. And no one was really mad at Ben Affleck or Paul Rudd for
the patriarchy. Is that the right?
So
Am I using it the
right.
right way? Yes.
Yeah. That's so interesting. And when the Kardashians, which I kind of get when the Kardashians like role play as like being middle class, like
what? When did they do it?
Like when Kylie like rented a yellow school bus to take the kids to school once because they just wanted to like take public transportation.
Then take public transportation. That's like out of touch. Like it's like if you want to do that, you know what I mean? Like for me, I never want to. I guess I did work at like Raising Kids, but it's like it's not like I'm like, oh, I want to go work there. Like I really go to like show support. You know what I mean? Like going like it's like going to a concert and wearing like the thing. Like that's what I like to do is go and show support. And then like when Raising Cane's was like, do you want to like work for it? I was like, well, yeah, because I love to like cosplay and role play and all stuff like that. But maybe Charli loves to role play. Who knows? Maybe she's also a cosplayer.
That's why I feel like the intent. I feel like the intent matters in a lot of the situations. Like if she was going, or anyone really was like going to like dunk on someone who works like a service industry job, and yeah, they suck. But I think if it comes from a place of like respect and like reverence, like when you were at Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A worker wanted to send you a outfit so you could like wear it and cosplay.
But again, I'm a Chick-fil-A patron. I go there daily. Like I feel like he's
you put in the work.
Yeah, I put in the work.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, would you make a video? I'm like, I'm making a video right now about Chick-fil-A. Like, of course, just give me no pickles next time. I know that trend is like very popular again, the letting people decide what you eat in front of you. But it's like, I don't like anything but nuggets. So every time I eat something, I'm like, and the pickles get me. But I know I get excited, and people they get excited. It's a mutual excitement.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the Walmart people were excited to see them. We don't know.
There's so much outrage, and I felt bad because especially the Charli and Dixie, I feel like they're extra sensitive towards like a lot of like hate and controversy. So
yeah,
because Charli said she was on Jay Shetty's podcast a couple days. Yeah, and she said like when she hit 100 million followers, that was like the darkest days of her life or something.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, why? Did she explain?
She was just saying.
I saw the clip. I didn't see.
It's just like awkward laughing because I think she's kind of referencing you.
No.
Like subliminally, she just said like there's a lot of adults who were like really hard on me when I was 16, and now she said now they have kids, and I hope now that they see it. It was
so
a little pointed.
Specific. I feel like I wasn't too bad on Charli. I feel like I was more on Dixie with the snail.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I was too bad because I remember being like, well, Charli's a kid. This was so long ago, but I do remember specifically saying in a TikTok, like, Charli is like a child. Like, I don't really think bad about her, but maybe she was referencing with Dixie. I don't know. Because Dixie, I went back and forth for a minute with, which also was weird because she was also just like probably 18. So I so apologize to Charli and Dixie because I remember early on, like on TikTok, when I first got on TikTok, like, Dixie had commented something on mine, like, oh my gosh, Charli, look, or something. I don't know, like maybe I commented, I don't know. And I was like, oh, they're like, they know me or they're fans or something. So I feel bad. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Well, I do have children now, and they do change you, so thank you. I'm a changed person. They do. Okay, I think Dr. Drew was the one who said it. A lot of people are like, just because you have a kid, it doesn't change. Like, I really do feel like it changes so much. Because even watching Priscilla, I'm such a diehard Elvis fan, but like seeing that her parents like basically signed her off at 14 to go live with Elvis, I'm just like I couldn't even imagine, or even going out to like see him at night and stuff like that. I'm like, that's wild. Like I know it's a different time, but I could not imagine like signing over Malibu at 14 to go like visit the weekend or something like that. I'd be like, no, what? That's so bizarre to me. So sometimes, and then I think about that too, just young influencers in general. I'm just like, people are too hard on. And I'm someone like Charli who has been in it for so long. Like I don't know. I always feel bad. Addison too. It's like, I don't know, to grow up on social media and also not, I think a lot of people are hard on influencers, and maybe rightfully so sometimes, because I'm talking about the Emma Chamberlain podcast, but, being like they're out of touch. And it's like sometimes it's like not their fault that they're out of touch. Like, it is annoying. I think you should have to have like a real job at some point to know the struggle, but that's just not the world we live in. People can just be like super rich at 16 now and like never have to work a real job. So I think it kind of almost, what's the opposite of benefit? Hinders, like kind of hinders their like growth, and stuff like that, to not have that. So sometimes I feel like maybe a little bad that they don't have like a normal like childhood where they're not famous and rich, because it's like, I feel like I don't know. You have such a different look at life and everything. I don't know. The Emma Chamberlain podcast is a good one too. Like a good example of that. So many people like are turning on her now, which is like crazy. Because I
didn't know this.
Yeah, really?
No.
Okay. It's a huge thing. Well, shout out to my TikTok. I literally was like, we have no hot topics we should talk about today. But I haven't been seeing it, and I kind of just ignored it because I didn't think anything of it. But I guess Emma Chamberlain's podcast is like losing listeners because she gives like advice, and everyone's just saying it's like really out of touch advice. I think one of the hot topics or one of the hot takes was, she's basically saying you don't need college to be successful, because it worked for her. So everyone was kind of like upset about that because she was kind of dissing higher education. Like, you don't need it. It's kind of pointless. Yeah. Like, so people are like, okay, it's kind of like a weird take because it worked out for you, but it doesn't like work out for everyone. She had another one recently about romantic love and how it's just an illusion and it's like not real. And everyone's like, okay, that's kind of weird. So like all these like young people are kind of like, why are we going to like Emma Chamberlain for like advice? Because she never had like a real job. And it's like young people saying this. So I think that's what's interesting about it. It's like people her own age are kind of like turning against her, which is kind of interesting anyways, for one to have an advice podcast. I didn't know hers was, because she is so young. And I truly feel this way, maybe because I am old, but I feel like you really can't give advice unless you've like lived like almost till 40. I don't think you should be giving advice to people, you know what I mean? Because you really haven't lived life. But specifically influencers, like you're just out of touch, and not your fault, but you're just out of touch. You really just shouldn't give advice. I think that's why people get mad at like the Kardashians too. It's just like, it's not their fault, but they're just not, they didn't grow up the way everyone else grew up. Yeah. You know what I mean? When Kim's like, yeah, we'd come to like London when I was like 15 and get to like watch soccer or something. It's like, yeah, like no, not everyone got to do that, but she acts like she's not privileged. I'm like, but that's so privileged that you got to do that. I don't know. So I think people get really hard. And I think someone like Charli and Dixie, they're like these normal kids, and then they got like really famous, and they probably just, I don't know how that affects you. You probably have a big head at some point because you're famous and everyone loves you. I didn't see that Charli one. It makes me feel so bad. I'm like thinking about it and I was like, oh my God, I feel so awful. Oh my gosh. I think in that stage, yeah, when people, especially like people just are like, older people just like shitting on like younger people. I mean, a lot of it comes from one, maybe views, maybe it's like, okay, Charli's the popular thing to talk about, but also I think it's like, for me, I think a lot of times like bitterness, like, oh man, like I wish I could have been like that at 16 or 18, you know what I mean? And so I try not to obviously not be like that now, but that's usually where it comes from.
The way I see it is like, if you were still, anyone who's still doing that now, like when you hear someone say like, oh, this hurt me, and then you still do it, then I think that's like super problematic. But when you can acknowledge that, like, oh, she's right, like I shouldn't have said that, and you like you put in the work to like not just randomly like hate on anyone now, it's like, then you see like the difference. And honestly, when you said people who think like, oh, kids don't change you, I can't imagine like having a kid would change like every aspect of your life in general.
And like who you are as a person, everything. Like it really does. Like even if you're like the worst parent in the world, like you have a child now, and it's like obviously you like think of everything so differently. And that's how I just try to think in general too. Probably like next year I'll be apologizing to Rachel Zegler, because I feel like that's why now I try to think of like, okay, maybe she's not coming across right. Because if it was like my daughter, right, and she was saying that, I was like, okay, like it's probably just not coming across right. Maybe she's trying to feel relatable. Like, Snow White's so old, we're making it new. And like you're trying to be cool about it. I don't know. But yeah, it makes me like sad. But sometimes it is like hard, when everyone's talking about you. You also don't think like they'll hear it necessarily.
Yeah.
Or that it bothers them. I think that's like a lot of people, but people see a lot of things. I feel like even Ariana Grande probably like sees things. I feel like Miley Cyrus, I remember way back in the day, like 15 years ago now, I remember Shane said something like Miley saw one of his videos, so he kind of like changed because he just like talked crap about a lot of celebrities. He's like, oh, and they changed when she like saw it and got her feelings hurt. I was like, oh, okay. So I feel like a lot of people like see things and you just don't know it.
Oh Lord, I hope Kendall Jenner never sees anything. It's like, that's all I was thinking
But
about.
then there are people like Kendall Jenner that I'm just like, if I was Kendall Jenner rich, I just like would not care. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's so many people that hate on Kendall Jenner. She's like the anti-Kardashian. But if I was her, I just would be like, I'm so rich and I'm like effing Bad Bunny and like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Even if I'm not that talented, I'm in every runway show.
Yeah.
Like
oh my God. No, but it's true. I feel like if I won the lottery, and that's why I can't wait to win the lottery, because I wouldn't care about literally anything. I care now more because like this is my job and I gotta work and I gotta have sponsors, so I care a little bit. But when I win the lottery, I'd just be like, I don't care what anyone thinks. Yeah. Good luck, everybody trying to cancel me. I have $1 billion in my bank account. Because really the only cancellation is like, you know, people like stop watching you or like take away sponsors or something like that. But yeah, wow, that's sad. Jay Shetty though, Moses thought he was like a Buddhist or something.
I have no idea.
You know nothing about him?
I know that he did Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's wedding.
What does that mean?
He like officiated the wedding. And then
where did he come
from?
from?
The first time I really looked at him was actually just like, because obviously like I kind of know what he looks like, but I actually really looked at his face. And like the thumbnail of like the Charli interview. And I was like, wow, he has like beautiful eyes. He's pretty handsome.
Yeah, he's handsome. Yeah. But like, where did he come from?
Have no
He wins
idea.
every year, like best podcast. I'm just like, who's Jay Shetty? And all these people come on, Selena Gomez, and all these people, and I'm just like, the only one I watched was the Nessa Barrett one through, and I was like, and that specific one, maybe he's like this, but he literally never talks. It's the craziest podcast. He'll say like maybe 3 questions and then that's the whole podcast. And I don't know if they're cutting these people to talk along, but I'm just like, this is wild. He's so smart. Like he found a podcast where he doesn't have to talk at all. But then Moses was saying he's like a Buddhist or a monk, you said, or something. And I was like, wait, what?
Bookstore and the book title was something monk. So I don't know why it triggered something in my memory.
Are you sure?
That he was or something like, or in his background.
Oh.
I mean, he definitely has something in his background that brought him to where he is now, and I think it's...
Maybe he'll come on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I would love to hear him talk, because he doesn't talk.
Actually,
I'm like, why don't you talk on your podcast? He does seem enlightened. He seems above, you know what I mean? He seems a little more... but it is interesting, because Kim Kardashian talked about him on the show. God, amazing. It's amazing Charli D'Amelio was on there because it's like Selena Gomez, Kim Kardashian. I mean, because Charli's huge. So I think it's definitely like this younger demographic that I'm just like way too old to get. And I think that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Just old people not getting young people. I think that's kind of how it is. But
are you gonna try the Be Happy snacks? I wanted to pick it up at Walmart, but it's not in stores yet, or any around here.
Okay, why are they promoting it early?
I think the only one that had it was Burbank. So
you're close to Burbank.
I'm not close to Burbank.
You're closer than us to Burbank. Oh my
like
gosh.
40 minutes. But
wait, you are? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're close to us.
Yeah.
I get so confused where everyone is. I'm like always trying to think of where people are. That's right. Just kidding.
That
Burbank?
That was the only Walmart that had it in like LA. So maybe I don't know if it's sold out or what. But.
Oh my God, we should go. Well, there's a Walmart like 20 minutes from us, like in Oxnard. We should maybe go there. I bet they'll have it. Because I want to go to Walmart for a couple reasons. I want to go for the D'Amelio snacks. I want to go for Paris Hilton has her cookware line out there.
My
have you seen it?
God, it is so cute.
So cute. It's so pink. There's like a little pink popcorn popper. I love Paris Hilton. Everyone says she should be on the podcast. I'm like, please. She follows me. I've DM'd her. She doesn't DM me back, but there's been some A-list people who have DM'd me back, but like then like getting them on here has been the hard. The scheduling's hard. And then I was like, okay, so I've been texting, and sometimes I feel like weird texting because I'm like, they might think I'm just like a random fan or whatever. But yeah, a couple of people have DM'd me back, so I'm gonna keep doing it. But she was not one that DM'd me back yet, but she follows me. I love Paris Hilton. She has a podcast, I think. I love her. I want to go to Walmart for that. There was another thing at Walmart. I think I have a Walmart section on my notes.
Oh my God.
Oh, the Mean Girls ad. Did you see that?
Yes. Oh my God.
Has a budget.
I know. And I mean, it makes sense because like they're Walmart, so like obviously they would have money, but I feel like I've never seen them put like money behind a commercial like that before.
How much do you think they each got paid? Or do you think they did it for like just funsies? They're like, it doesn't matter.
Walmart definitely opened up some pockets.
Really?
Because 100%. 100, and I'm so curious to know how much. I was looking it up because I was so curious to see, but no, there was like no numbers or anything as far as like their paychecks, but it had to have been. It had to have been a lot of money.
I guess not enough for Regina George to come back.
Rachel McAdams, what is your problem? And then I looked at it because I was like, why wouldn't she? Like, if you got everyone else, if you got Amanda Seyfried, like, you know.
I think she's like more popular than
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think
now.
Lindsay
Yeah.
still.
For Lindsay's like queen always. Like she'll always be above.
I'm like, if Lindsay's in it. I was trying to look that up too to see like what the reason was, and the reason was just she just didn't want to. That's like every
Oh my God.
every reporting.
Who said that?
Like page 6, I think, in Daily Mail. Like,
But where did they get the quote from?
they sources. She just didn't want to do it.
Oh my-
I was like, girl.
I hate that. Like when something's so nostalgia and then everyone's doing it, everyone's coming back, and it's like a once in a lifetime thing. Like I hate that. If the cast of Friends can get together, like you can.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I
I'm
mean?
confused because she said that she would do like if Tina wrote them all coming into like the Mean Girls musical movie. She said she would do that.
Do you think she's in it?
No, because they didn't want to. The big thing with that was they didn't want to pay him enough to come do the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, they wouldn't pay. Like they couldn't agree on a.
You don't think anyone did a cameo?
I think Lindsay said that they couldn't agree on money for any of them to come back and do the.
Oh, I hate that so much. Like I get it, but it's like I don't know. If I was part of something so big, I would just want to like keep doing that, even just for fun, you know, just to be a part of it. Like,
yeah, but also like pay it because it would make Paramount so much money if the original girls were in it, and it would be like so much buzz that like if you're gonna, like, you should pay them what they're worth too. Yeah, so I'm like. Back and forth.
Definitely
but
that,
Walmart, like Rachel McAdams, you're not too big for Walmart. Like Walmart's amazing. Like,
Walmart is amazing.
They have everything.
Oh my God, that was a great one. That did give nostalgia vibes with all their lines. Like even Karen being like, "I'm Karen," and I was like, "Oh my God."
That was so funny.
It's so funny because she's
so
such a serious actress and like respected, and like to see her do that, I was just like, I love it. I love it so much.
Me
And doing the
too.
weather and stuff, and I was like, I love that.
And they got the fact that they got Kevin to come back and do that.
Yeah, was it Kevin Apor or something like
Yes.
that? Did you know they're all gay now?
No, he's gay too.
They're all out and gay. It's Jonathan Bennett who
Yeah.
played
What's his Aaron Samuels.
Aaron Samuels. Obviously, oh my God, why don't I know these names? Damien,
Yeah.
Janice Damien. And yeah, Kevin Apor is out
I didn't
too.
know he was gay
Yeah.
too. Wow.
We love that. We love to see. It's very gay coded, Mean Girls.
Yeah.
We love gay coded everything.
True.
Ariana Grande is gay coded. I don't know if I'm gay coded. I feel like, yeah, she has like all this, like, I don't know if I am, but I love gays. I think that's the only thing that makes me gay coded. I don't know. But you know what? I don't love rainbows. I realized that with this rainbow Birkin that I still have. I was just like, I don't love rainbows, actually. I don't like to wear them. I think during Pride it's okay, but I don't know. Like, I guess if it's a gay symbol, I don't mind it. Taking the gay part out of it, I don't know if I love a rainbow.
Honestly, I don't think I do either.
Yeah.
The colors don't. And like the horizontal stripes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, stripes are not just flattering for anybody.
No. I think the idea of a rainbow is cute. Like when you see it in the clouds or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cute.
A little sticker.
Yes. But like as a color pattern on anything.
I mean, JoJo can rock a rainbow, but that's about it.
Yeah, like
That's very her.
The colors are just too much. Like it's just like too bright, too saturated.
There's too many colors.
Yeah, too many.
Too many, and I don't know. Sometimes I see rainbow things. I'm like, we're going a little overboard with rainbow because I buy a lot of rainbow things during Pride. I'm always like, oh, I'm like, yeah, because it's like it is a good symbol. Like it's something good to support. But then I'm like, oh, it's not really that attractive. Like I don't want to wear a rainbow on me. You know what I mean? But
like the trans flag is beautiful, beautiful colors.
I
like,
know
yeah.
the blue and pink. It's almost like a gender reveal.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I guess we're not supposed to do gender reveals, but I don't know. I love pink and blue. I do love it
Yeah,
together.
me
I think
too.
it's really pretty, like the powdery and the baby blue.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
that's a
that.
pretty flag. So like they should make more like that merch, I think.
Yeah, they don't do enough. I know now they have one where it's like everything. Like it's like the flag's like this, and then there's like a circle.
And like the lesbian flag. Like,
Yeah, I think the bisexual one's cool too. I think it's is that purple and yellow? One of them's purple. Or is
Yeah,
that
purple and-
non-binary? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that bisexual was like purple and
Yeah,
something,
I love all the flags. I just can't wear them at once.
Yeah, it's a
They
lot.
need to do a pink flag should be the gay flag.
Should be a
You
brand.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
pink with disco balls. Disco balls are so in right now. They
Oh
are
my god, wait, I just
everywhere. Yeah, we're having a little
I
festive
just
set.
realized the disco garland.
Yeah, they have those at what Michael's or something. They have them literally everywhere now. We're gonna do more festive as the holidays come. But
It's a gradual.
gradual build up. The Halloween was a lot. I looked at it in the camera. I was like, "There's a lot. There's like eyeballs and ghosts. Like I don't know. We loved it." I was telling Moses on our walk. We go through our little recap, and I was just like, "I don't know if I love," because he's like, "Oh, for Christmas we could do white trees." I'm like, "I don't know if I like the white ghosts and the white eyes. I think it just took away. I don't know. Let us know." But I like the pink. I want pink. I don't want white so much. We have enough white on there.
Yeah, but the only thing that pops on pink is the white. You
But
know
I
what
didn't
I
like
mean?
the white pumpkin so much.
But it popped because otherwise it would blend in the pink.
Why blend in? And I pop at the same time. I blended and pop at the same time. I don't know. I think
But
we
we'll try. It's also what was available. You know.
Well, we should have spray painted that pumpkin. We know you can do everything now. So
I know, you're too good at everything.
yeah, so
Yeah, we're
like
trying
we
to
could
figure out pink tree, white tree. So I guess it'd be maybe pink tree with white lights on it.
I think pink with pink. I'm just so pink. The white, I just don't know. I just saw the ghost behind me, and I just think like that looked like, I don't know, it looked like I was washed out or something. We love the set design, but we can always, improve. We have our little meetings. Yeah. Our team meetings, our creative meetings.
We have a debrief
when
about
he said
how
white
did the
tree.
ghost look next to me.
There's a black tree at Home Depot right now. I was like, where can we put that? We can put it behind you.
The
Oh,
black
that'd be
tree
fun.
in the Beetlejuice room. That will go.
Oh,
black
yeah.
tree.
That would be cute
Yeah.
too.
We have a room for every color.
That's true. That's a good point. We have all the rainbows. We are gay pride friendly here. Walmart's crushing it. I love it. I want to go. I would love to try the Be Happy snacks. And I'm so sorry to Charli. Oh my God, could you I think about that. Like, could you imagine if you actually ruined her life or something? Like, she was so depressed. What if she's like depressed from that? She has like PTSD, and I did that to
But
her.
also, it wasn't just like there was a lot of people saying the same thing.
But do they all have kids now?
I'm sure most of them do.
That's so specific.
You're not
No.
the only adult that has said something about her that was a kid.
Probably the only one she remembers. Because you also know when you think someone's like cool. Because I'm sure, like, I just remember once there was like a comment, like before all that, they thought I was like cool or something. And then you think someone's cool and then they like say something. Like, you know what I mean? And then you're just like, ugh. Like, I've had that happen too, where you think someone's like cool. Not to like bring it up, don't send hate to her, but like the Sophia Franklin thing, I was like, I love her so much, her interviews. And then she's just like, okay, fried haircut. I was like, oh yikes. No. Don't send her hate. Don't send her hate. It's totally fine. Whatever. She deleted the stuff. But I just was like, yeah, it does kind of feel some type of way. And then if I was like 16, I'm like a grown adult, but it's like if you're 16, you're probably just like, ew. I don't know what I said, but I apologize. Gosh, I should just apologize for everything. I'm just like on an apology tour for the rest of my life. There's always something coming up, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm also just really like dumb. When there's stuff that comes up from my past, I'm like, I'm just like the last person you should like ever listen to with anything. Because like I am smart with some things, but there's just so many things I'm just so dumb, and like I don't want to comment on. And so if I'm ever silent on anything and a lot of things, it's because I'm just saying dumb things. I have like the Rachel Zegler, Charli D'Amelio effect, where sometimes I just come across the wrong way. You know, that's why I can relate, because I think I say something and then it comes across not right. You know what I mean?
Like, it depends on if the people who get you understand like the context of which you say things, I think. So
yeah, the people
to
who
me,
get
I'm very
it.
biased because like I get it.
Right.
Even like before I really knew you, I got it, you know?
Yeah.
So it just depends on people. That's how it is. Like, so you either get someone's vibe or you don't.
You don't,
and,
yeah. And sometimes it comes around too. I see on TikTok now some old clips that were like not popular back then, and they're actually like, actually, she knew what she was talking about. Actually, I take Trisha's side on this, and I was like, wow, it's like redemption. You do feel kind of good like 10 years later, just like, yeah, actually, I was right on that.
Like you said, it's always a pendulum. Same for, I'm sure Rachel Zegler probably thinks the same thing.
Yeah,
it's a pendulum.
She's also way more talented than I will ever be. Like, if I was in these big movies, I wouldn't care. If I was like leading Disney, it's like the Kendall Jenner thing. I'm like, I wouldn't care what anyone says about me. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. But I guess maybe, I wonder if she does get affected by it.
I think she does.
You do?
Because especially like when you're the star of a blockbuster, like especially she's just starting out. So if it doesn't do well, like the rest of her career is affected. So I hope Hunger Games does well.
I know. Why do they give them a pass? I don't understand. That's
What do you
not
mean?
fair. Like, why do they get to go promote and have premieres and stuff like that?
They have like an internal agreement with SAG.
That's such bullshit. Why did they get that? No one else.
Depends on the studio, like what kind of agreement they can make. And like the Priscilla movie also had that. That's why Jacob Elordi has been out there.
Okay.
So yeah, there's some movies that it was weird for Hunger
weird.
Games. I think Lionsgate is the company behind it, and I think they just really don't want this movie to flop.
Right. So they're like, well, they better let Addison Rae do it for Thanksgiving because that's also Lionsgate. So,
oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need Addison out there. I want Addison interviews. Like, she's been
Me
silenced for too
too.
long.
She's wild. I think I just love her so much. Like, you think the paparazzi one of her reading the book, do you think that was like, she knew it was going to be funny and cute? Or?
I think she did.
Yeah, okay.
I honestly think she
I like
did.
that.
And I think, remember in the beginning of like COVID, she had that, what does she do with her little mask? She had like she did like the hand or like the visor or something.
Yeah. It was just like covered.
And I think she was around that era. She like was serious about it, but then I think now she knows that it's camp. That's
right. So now it's like, okay, this is funny
Let it
and
be
cute.
silly for paparazzi. Yeah,
That's wild. Yeah, God, masks are like no longer a thing anywhere. Like doctors, nothing. It's like there's COVID, but they're just like, you don't get to wear a
Just
mask.
risk it. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
Oh wait, we have to talk about Kourtney Kardashian didn't steal her baby name after all.
Oh my gosh. just let this go viral. Courtney
This was
gave
big
birth
news.
to Rocky 13.
Rocky 13.
What a name. Not Elvis, thank God. I just went ahead and spoiled our second baby name for no reason. I was so nervous. Moses, okay, he thinks that they changed the name because our clip went viral of us wanting to name the baby Elvis. So he thinks they changed the name because of us.
Yeah, because that short has like close to 3 million views, I think.
So he thinks they were going to name it Elvis and changed it because.
So they,
Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but that was my initial thought too.
I think so.
That was my initial thought too.
No, because they would have done it first and they would have been more famous if they really wanted the name
No, but
Elvis.
we put it out. It's like,
You claimed, like, you kind of claimed
gotta
it
claim
first.
Claimed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be it. When we have the second baby one day, it's going to be Elvis for sure.
Rocky 13, that is, I mean, I guess he's named some of his other children after like movie characters too, but
But it's
the
after a
13
guitarist.
He said both. He said like a guitarist and then also like the
We
movie.
can't really do that. You can't say it's
The
both.
double, yeah,
yeah,
claim
like it's
everything.
this and this. It's like pick
And
one.
he's like 13 just because it's a cool number. I'm
Oh,
like,
is that what he said?
Yeah, he has like a 13 tattoo on his
Oh.
on his skull, I think, on his head.
Oh.
Yeah,
Not his skull.
Well,
It's like
whatever.
in his bones. Oh, okay. That's a cute name. I'm shocked they didn't name him Elvis because in his book he said he was going to name Landon Elvis. So I was just like,
Yeah.
that's kind of odd. Maybe they just said no.
in his book, he was also going after Kim. So
Oh yeah,
true. A lot
that's
of
T2.
things change. Yeah.
He talked about it finally. Did you see
Oh
that?
no! Wait, in the podcast,
What podcast?
the one where he said the baby name.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what
Oh.
interview this
Oh.
was. I just saw that he talked about it. Was it an interview? Did we see it or did we just heard someone talking about it? It was basically like he said he addressed the Kim situation. He's like, people need to like let it go. Like it was just friendship or whatever like that. But then people in the book are like, no, you have like this whole chapter that basically that it wasn't a big deal. Courtney knew about it beforehand. Like it's just not a big deal, so people need to like let it go. But it's like people then were saying like, no, it's still weird. Like you had like a crush on the sister and you were like flirting and hanging out and now you're with the sister. I think it's weird too. I don't know. If someone like publicly was like in love with my sister and then like dated me, I don't know. It's weird. And if they already have sibling rivalry, which maybe I don't know if they actually do, if it's real or not, but it is odd. Then you're just like always together and thinking like, oh, do you find my sister? Because even if that doesn't happen, you still kind of think that like in general when you're dating someone, like, oh, what if they find my sister more attractive? What if they hit on my sister? I had one guy, we weren't dating seriously. It was like a guy like I casually knew when I was like literally like 21 and I don't know, I was like whatever. And he like thought my sister who was like 16 at the time, I remember he said something weird to her, obviously never saw him again, because I was like, oh, you're creepy. But he was like, oh, you're like hot, we should like get together or something like that. It was weird. And so like you always kind of think in your head when you're sisters with someone like, oh, maybe they would like my sister better. Obviously not in a real relationship, but like whatever, dating. So I feel like that's kind of weird anyways. And then like, you know, he had this whole book about it. And if Courtney didn't know, he's like, oh, she knew about it, whatever. It's like, I don't know. I would just think like, I know that they were friends, they were neighbors. I don't know, but then maybe you love who you love. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess to me it's not, because I think things and situations and feelings just change.
That's
so to me, I
true.
wouldn't really care, because I feel like it's like you're not really the same exact person you were when you know, at that time when you had a crush on, you know, it's not like they were dating long term or whatever. Then I think it's a little bit different. But
Okay,
if it's just
yeah.
like a fleeting kind of situationship crush kind of thing, I don't know, it's just not super serious.
I think
thing.
it's more like he also wrote about it in his book. So he had like this like chapter proclaiming
True,
his love.
but it's also like what's gonna sell or like make headlines when you're publishing. When you're writing a book, people degaff when they're writing. They'll throw
Yeah.
everything on that freaking page.
That
like,
is true.
Whatever sells. The freaking
Yeah. Oh man, I want to do a book like that one day.
Oh, I can't wait for your book.
That'd be so great. And I'd be real in it too. I'd be honest. All my other books were lies. I'd be a real honest one and tell all the tea. It'd be so much fun one day. Maybe when I'm like 40 or something. That's like a goal. But yeah, I'm glad that they named it Rocky. I think that's a beautiful name. Have we seen Rocky or no?
They
There's no
haven't
picture.
even like confirmed. It's all been like sources.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, so we couldn't be Elvis.
I think no, because he said the baby's
Oh, he
name.
said it,
Yeah.
okay.
They haven't like announced it themselves as of. Of course, as is published, like this is gonna have the Instagram. But
I
as of right
know.
now, they haven't posted it, and no one even knows like which day the baby was born. TMZ just had photos of Travis and Kylie leaving the hospital, and then they said that Courtney had the baby, and then like people confirmed it.
That's
But-
always scary to me is like people know where you're at in the hospital. I don't know. It's like,
yeah,
scary.
but also I think that's like they always show themselves going to Cedar or Sinai anyway. So
Oh.
yeah, unlike the show, that's like the only hospital they go to. So.
they probably have security or something
I'm
like
sure
that.
that
Yeah.
hospital's like everyone famous goes there. So.
Maybe we need to go there for the next one. Ours was so small and tiny, like anyone could just like walk up. I'm just like, this is a weird. I mean, I was so out of it. I don't know. They do put like a monitor on the baby so the baby can't be like taken out of the hospital. Like there's an ankle, even us, like we can't just take her out. They have to like come break the, I don't know, like wire on her or something the whole time, like a little ankle monitor. It's fine. I mean, we're thankful for them because honestly, like, yeah, you can't like deliver a baby without the nurses and everything like that. And everyone was very, very nice. But I always see on TikTok people in like fancy rooms, like, our room was just like, we didn't even have an option to upgrade. We just had like the smallest, like you couldn't even sleep on the couch. Like Moses is tiny and couldn't even fit on the couch. So we shared the hospital bed. We were like sleeping in there together. The baby was like in the thing. And it was interesting. I don't know. Having a baby is wild. But congratulations to Courtney and Travis.
Did you see Northwest do her first like magazine cover and interview?
No.
Oh yeah.
With who? With what?
She did ID magazine.
Oh my
that was North's
gosh.
official cover, and she did the whole.
Wow.
She did the interview.
What'd she say?
It was crazy.
She's wild.
She kind of cracks me up. Well, she was asked
she's
like,
great.
who's like your biggest like fashion role model or inspiration? She said myself, which I feel like is very you.
Love. She is a wild, and I love it. She's great.
She said she could be any animal. She'd want to be a mosquito because she,
Why? Because why?
she wants to know why they bite her so much.
Oh my God. What an icon. She might be super smart.
And she said at when she turns 13, she wants to walk dogs because she said everything is so expensive nowadays. So she is like cute.
Relatable. Okay. She might be our most relatable influencer yet.
I honestly think
I
so.
love
She was like,
that.
I want to walk dogs when I'm 13 so I can save up to buy art supplies because
God.
Isn't that cute?
It's expensive. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that she knows that.
she is wild.
Yeah, she ate an onion just raw.
on the show, on the Kardashians,
Humbling
she's just chilling.
Kim.
eating
Yeah.
her-
Being like, what do you think of the work your mom does? Like, what does she do?
She says
Legend.
she says eventually she wants to own Skims or Yeezy when she becomes an adult.
can.
Yeah.
She will. It's hers.
Yeah, and
Skims or Yeezy. Is Yeezy still around?
I think Yeezy. I think
I'm selling mine on Poshmark Trish P88. I have so many Yeezys that I never
I keep
wore.
seeing all the stuff on your Poshmark. I'm like,
Wait, where? Just like in life?
no, you posting it every.
Oh. You act like I just see it in like life. I'm like, what? That's crazy. I'm a Poshmark girly. I sell so much stuff. Like I literally will go to Moses. I'm like, I have no clothes. He's like, because you give it all to Poshmark. My mom comes over once a week and I give her like all my clothes to sell.
Her way of justifying buying new clothes.
Wow.
Is
But-
basically she gets rid of them after one.
But then
I'm
Moses is like, I get new boots. And he's like, why do you need new boots? I'm like, I just got rid of 20 so I can get one pair of boots. And my feet did grow.
The shoes make sense.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
The shoes.
Shoe
But-
cam. Yeah, the shoe cam. But I know you get frustrated.
But
Moses
every
gets
day-
so mad when there's
No,
packages.
it's not,
I'm like, ugh.
it's not that. It's like every day. It's like I have nothing to wear. I'm like, what? How is that possible?
I know, I don't. But I get
How is
Fashion
that
Nova, okay? At
possible?
least Chanel's not making plus size clothes. I get Fashion Nova. I buy 20 pair outfits for like $200. It's pretty cheap.
We do need Fashion Nova back.
We need Fashion Nova back. I would love to just like, anyways, this is not sponsored by Fashion Nova, but Fashion Nova, can you give me like $1 million contract? I will talk about you every video because that's all I wear. Shoes. Hold on, let me get both my feet up here. All right, shoe cam today is brought. No, it's not sponsored either, but I bought these. They're Golden Goose. They're wonderful. They're silver and sparkly. I like the Golden Goose. They're called like Shabbat for shearling slides. It's usually like the back is out, so you can just slide your foot in, and it's like slippers. Those I wear every day. But these are, I don't know. I just wanted some Golden Goose size 8. And they are so comfy. I wear these all winter long. They're silver and sparkly. And they kind of give me a little Wicked vibes, a little, I don't know, little performance vibes. So this is the shoe cam of the day. I don't know if I can even say like this. Wow, I don't know why I feel, what does this look like?
Yeah, it's a cute look. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just was like, ugh, I was so over like Halloween looks and I just like dressing up and I'm just like, I just want to be cozy and
It's
cute.
cute.
I'm in my skinny girl era of being cold, so I have my sweater on today. Speaking of skinny girl era, why don't you do Ozempic? Just in general, it's just a
Me?
question. Because, okay, first of all, everyone's on Ozempic. I just saw someone, one of our friends the other day, who lost 100 pounds on Ozempic. I saw him for the first time in like a couple years, and he looked so good. And he's like, I'm on Ozempic, or he's like an Ozempic Jason, it's something with an M. And he's like, it's so great. I don't even work out. I lost 100 pounds. And I was like, oh, I want to be on Ozempic. So I would love to know.
I would
Oh.
do it in like 2 seconds.
Oh.
It's just
I
expensive.
wanted you to talk me out of it because I was like, we need to put the anti-Ozempic out there, the people that don't want to do it, because everyone's
Oh,
on
I'm
it.
bad for that. Yeah.
Wait, so why aren't you?
It's just expensive. But
How
I'm gonna
much?
ask my doctor on when I go to my physician. No, on Friday. I don't think my insurance covers like weight loss stuff though, so it'd be like uncovered. And I feel like that's like I think it's like $1,200 if you're not like for a month for if you're not covered by insurance.
Wow, so that's the only reason you're not doing it.
Yeah, but if it was like over the counter, I'd be like,
you would take it. 2 seconds. Oh no,
yeah.
I'm just like I want to take it, but I'm just like. I don't know. Part of me is also like they talk about feeling full, which is something I want to feel. But it's also like your head would see everyone else eating and like, wouldn't you still want to eat, but you're too full to eat?
What I've read is that like for people, a lot of the foods that they used to crave or love, like your taste kind of changes, so you don't even like it anymore. So
I hate that though.
It is a little sad to think about, but it's also like.
Oh, like I know, but I love food. I really do. And it's like, I think I just need to like portion control more so, but it's like, that makes me so sad to like not enjoy food.
You just would never, that is kind of like, I don't know. We should have someone who has been on it and like interview them because I'm very curious.
Everybody's on it. Every single person's on Ozempic.
There's some people like guys that I used to date or whatever. And like, I literally had to unfollow them because I know they used to be bigger all out of nowhere. All of a sudden it's so like skinny now. And I'm like, I know what you did.
Yeah.
And I had to unfollow because it was also triggering. I was like,
it is. It's triggering. And like, I'm happy for you. Like, honestly, if I lost weight, yeah, I would be showing
jealous.
It everywhere all the time. But it's like, it does get triggering because you're just like, okay, do I have to take Ozempic? And also it's like, I guess because it's just like I'm fat and I'm fat acceptance or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like, do we all have to be skinny? Like, is that what this world just praises us because we're skinny? And like the answer is yes. And like people just like you better when you're skinny and the world is fat phobic and stuff like that. But like, it's weird. I'm like happy until I realize like, oh, I should be losing weight or I should be doing this or people, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm totally fine being me. I feel fine. I feel healthy for the most part. So I don't know. It's like this weird thing where I feel pressured. Like I should also lose a bunch of weight because everyone's doing it. And I also know it would be like the biggest thing in the world. Oh my God, if I lost like 100 pounds, everyone would like freaking lose their minds. So it's just like this back and forth where I'm like, oh, do I just do it and just be like, all right, here it is, everybody? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I honestly I want it so bad. So I'm like the worst person to ask because I would literally do it if my doctor was like, yeah, you want it? I'd be like, yeah, give it to me. Like, I would 100% do it. And
everyone I know is like doing it. Like the people close to me are doing it. I'm just like,
yeah, but like now we don't know yet what it actually does, and it's like, and you have to keep taking it. There's
true.
So it's basically like you subscribe for a life.
Our friend was saying he takes it all the time.
Yeah, because if you stop, you gain your weight back. So that's one thing that's important to know. But also, anything that alters your way you think.
It is scary. Pills scare me in general. Like I've always been bad with pills, like with mental health, all that stuff like that. I've always been scared, even anxiety pills. So it does scare me.
And like you said, you're healthy now. Why take something that might make you unhealthy?
Yeah, because it's like that is an interesting thing. Because like when I was pregnant, I would do all those tests, like blood work, glucose, like all the things, and I was like, I always passed with like flying colors. Like I would be like below levels. Like my iron was great. Like everything was great. So it's like you hear people so much be like, you're unhealthy and you're gonna die. What about this? And it's like I was so healthy. Like in my pregnancy, like all the tests came back healthy. Obviously being overweight like is like over like being like healthy would be a better weight, but I think like in general like my body's pretty healthy and it is one of those things. I don't know. And then they say the long-term effects, no one knows what that is, but then I'm also like our friend was saying his like blood pressure went down and everything, so it's like I don't know, like trying to talk myself out of it, but
I'm the wrong girl to ask because I'd be like, let's go, let's go right after this.
And my joy in life really is food. Like oh my God, like it's like my love language for real. When Moses like cooks food, I'm just like I salivate when you make the bolognese. It's like you mention it every episode.
The Weekend Idol bolognese.
Someone said that.
We just need to share the recipe here one day.
I was like every episode. But we did have it last week and it was so good. And when he makes that, my mouth like waters. Like I get so happy. Like I'm so content. I'm so warm. I'm just like sitting on the couch. Like I don't know. It's like I had the best night's sleep. Like it's such a joy. Like I don't know what I would even look forward to if it wasn't like eating food. I don't know. And I get it more maybe in moderation. I had pasta like 3 times in a row, but I just I love it. I don't know.
Because I went to the gym today and I'm trying to be like better because I'm like logging my food and stuff. But I walked past that donut in the glam room today. I was like, oh, and I passed McDonald's like 3 times coming here, and it took everything. I've been thinking about hotcakes and a well done hash brown, like
McDonald's has the best one.
I can't stop thinking about it, and it takes everything in me to not go through that drive-through. I have a coupon for a free Happy Meal in my card. It is taking every ounce of willpower.
Free Happy Meal.
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
They just gave it to me when I went to McDonald's last
What?
week. Yeah.
Happy Meals are not a lot of calories. They're like less than 600.
It honestly is not that bad. I'm like, I can burn it off, but like, I guess to not have that like insane like craving,
Urge, yeah,
like that
I
part. When I
know.
saw you going through all the drive-throughs, I was like, it took everything in me to not go to. It was a Sunday when I was watching, I guess. So
That's
that
what I want to
helped.
say. Like, we're sorry, I didn't realize that. No, and Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwiches are so good. Oh my God, I want to get one right now.
It took everything. So to not have like that insane mental need for food, I guess that would be kind of nice. I
But
think.
that's such a joy. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you're spending $1,200, you can afford the best trainer in the world.
But you don't have to have a trainer.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Is you don't have to do
I'm saying
anything.
rather spend that food on trainer and then eat what you want.
Yeah, maybe try
Like,
that first.
enjoying the physical activity and eating whatever
But trainers
you want.
always tell you to like not stop eating pasta and chicken fingers.
No, my trainer put pasta in my plan.
What?
Yeah.
I need to go to your trainer.
You would
I
love
want a
her.
trainer that wants pasta. Oh my gosh.
That's with her. She's telling me to eat more, and I'm like,
No
'cause
way.
to get everything like center before like you cut or whatever. She's really she's insane. Like she's so good, but like
Yum.
right, she keeps yelling every time I see her at the gym. Whenever I'm not even training with her, she yells at me to eat, which is nice, but also like stresses me out because then I'm like. I keep secret when I eat, like, you know.
Oh, little
McDonald's.
I used to be a secret eater all the time, like in every relationship, friendship. I don't know. I always would like secret eat. Even certain people in our lives, like I'm like, I'll tell him, I'll be like, I don't want to eat in front of that person. Like there's just certain people that are a little like, I don't even know if fat phobic's the word, but like, you know, you just tell they don't like fat people or they'll like notice when someone's gained weight. So I'm so scared to like eat in front of people in general. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to eat in front of that person. He'll say, we should go here. Like one of my favorite restaurants, like pasta. It's like, I can't eat that in front of that person. Like they're going to be like, what are you doing? Like I don't know. My eating is reserved for people that I'm close
Yes.
to.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I could be a secret eater. Like I think in all my relationships, I used to be a secret eater. I'm just like I used to be a secret eater when I first met him. Like we would have sushi and stuff at night, but I would eat like when he would leave in the morning. I get like Domino's and stuff because I was just like I wanted that, and I didn't want to tell him I wanted that. I don't know, it's like weird, and now we just get Domino's. Actually, he was gone last week for a day, and my mom was over, and I was like, I got Domino's, and I was like, well, I know you don't like Domino's. He's like, I like Domino's. Although now I did break out. I have like zits now from Domino's. Domino's sounds good too. Oh my God! Every time we do this podcast, I get so hungry.
Me too.
I know. And you don't go home and eat after because I asked you this one time. You don't go home and eat.
Sometimes I think. Well, usually I'll take the donut to go, and then I'll be in my driving home and just be like, because we go so long, we don't
Yeah.
eat this whole time. It's
Yeah.
like So sometimes I'll get like. I'll just eat the donut and then be good until dinner. But
Did you eat anything this morning?
boring stuff like a rice cake and like a protein shake. Like it was boring
But
stuff.
it's bulking season.
I think I'm trying to get ahead for summer. I need to start thinking then. I'm trying
my
to cut. But my problem is I
gosh.
still work
Oh, you're
out, but I
cutting
just
now.
eat a lot of fast food and Postmates and stuff. So that's why I think I need those because I'm literally working out 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
But that's my problem too. Actually, I used to work out and I would get hungrier. Like I'd be so hungry all the time, and I was like, So I felt like I kind of just bounced because there was a time, and I was kind of fat in like 2018, and I was like working out all the time. There was a trainer called McFit who like used to train all these influencers for like free. Do you remember him?
Like Alicia did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, everybody. Lauren Gray, like everybody would work out with him, and I did too. And it was great. And I worked out like literally every day with him, but I would be so hungry afterwards. So I just eat. So I was still like really fat. I was just like, I did look a little better though. I looked at those things. I was like, I guess I was like more toned and like feel better. And so I think that's the thing. I think I want to be like more toned. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just go to get a trainer or something like that. I don't know. There's an Equinox near us. I always think that's like bougie to go to.
Yeah.
I also want to build a home gym. Sometimes I see like these influencers have like these fancy gyms in their house.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
You should.
Moses,
can build
do you want to build a gym? We have the equipment. It's just not pretty down there. It's just like
Yeah, if it's a set for ASMR, I'll build it.
not ASMR workout.
fitness
I
channel.
do
So
a
fun. We have, I mean, we have,
it's a fitness
channel.
channel. I love that.
we have a nice gym here, but it's more like garage converted to gym.
Oh, yeah.
So
But
it's
we
not
can make
all
that cute.
season. It gets cold in the winter or hot in the summer.
Well, we're getting epoxy floor soon. Did we call about that, by the way?
Did you wait? That reminds me. The photo that you posted for the epoxy floors, you know that's AI, right?
No! The cherry blossoms? Oh, well, then people are bullshitting me because they email, I did that. I could do that. Like, I've done that before. Are you sure? How do you know? How? No, I think you just
I
love to
saw
crush
all-
my
'cause
dreams.
It was a viral thing, and everyone was talking about the AI.
Of the
the
cherry
epoxy.
blossom floor? Everyone was talking about that?
It's like,
What?
but I saw it like 2 months ago.
Someone probably could do it, though, right?
I'm sure it's probably like somewhat doable, but
I think you just need to buy fake cherry blossoms and put it, because like basically with epoxy, because we were gonna do glitter, they're like, oh, you can put anything in epoxy, you just gotta like throw it down before the epoxy comes in. I think, I don't know. Oh,
it must
man.
be doable, but I know that specific photo.
Oh my gosh, we're never getting these epoxy floors. We have to get these epoxy floors soon because the rain's gonna come, and when the rain comes, we have like carpeting down here, so we need to get them ASAP. Are we gonna be on that?
We will. You just have to do things right. You
Oh my
can't
gosh,
do
it's
it
gonna be a whole
half.
nother winter, and then it's gonna be
It's fine.
soaked up in the carpeting. It's a whole thing.
But I've done
Oh,
epoxy
that's so
floors
sad.
before, and it's like if you don't do it right and you're stuck with it forever, it's
We'll get it right one day. Okay, so you're pro
Epoxy
Ozempic.
floors.
I'm trying to get someone to talk me out of Ozempic. Someone out there talk me out of it.
I'm sure someone in the comments will, but I'm not the one because
Yeah.
I love. My
Everyone
problem
loves
is
it.
I love like a little skinny shortcut.
For sure.
I'm like
yeah.
whatever it is, like I'll
Yeah.
take it. That was kind of my problem, but
I love the skinny shortcut too, but clearly I've never taken one. So also DoorDash, speaking of fatties, tipping delay. If you don't tip, that you get a delay in your food. What do you think about that?
I mean, I always tip anyway, so
Do you tip well? I go off the charts. They go 10 or 15, but I actually like do a custom tip because I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
I just want to make sure they don't spit on my food. Although it's wild now because we talked about this before, but it's just so expensive. But also to get priority, you have to pay extra.
yeah.
Then you got to tip. And if you don't tip, they say that the driver, so DoorDash basically is just like, if you don't tip, then you're going to get a delay in your food. And everyone's like, that's annoying because like we should just get our food. But I'm like, DoorDash people make like no money. But also like, what are they doing with it? Is it like a delay because they're just going to sit there for an extra 10 minutes to make sure your food gets
Yeah.
cold? Or are they like doing other orders? Because I guess if you don't do the priority, they can drop off your order, like other people's orders before yours.
Yeah.
Which that never used to be, but I guess now they do that. I always do priority, but it is expensive.
It adds up. It's like what, like $3 or $4 for priority, I
Yeah,
think, on top of like all the other
Service
fees
and
stuff.
delivery
Yeah.
and tipping. Yeah. It is so expensive, but I think that's fair. I think you should tip because this is like a service that's like one, it's like a big luxury. Like it's really just like you could go get the food yourself. So it's like really big luxury. The people make nothing but the tip, I'm pretty sure, right? They don't get money.
I don't know how it is. Because I know for some restaurants it's like that, but I don't know how that's the same for DoorDash or like any of those delivery.
I think DoorDash, you might just get the tip. I
That
feel like
sucks if that's the case. Well,
Yeah.
I remember there was also like in the past few months, there's been like viral videos of like DoorDash deliveries. It'd be like the Ring camera footage of they deliver the food and there's no tip and they like freak out or something.
Uh-huh.
And people were like, and like, granted, they shouldn't be like getting violent. Like I do agree with
do they
that.
get violent?
They were like throwing the food and like cursing at the person ordering the food and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a result of that. I don't know.
They don't get paid. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they don't get paid if there's no tip. And that's wild if you don't tip the drivers. Like, I feel like that's like the one job you should definitely tip no matter what. I mean, waitressing and all that stuff too, but like.
Yeah, and also like they know when they're driving. I don't like that.
Oh, yeah, they know. So I do it ahead of time. I'm like, well, I
Me
want them
too.
to know.
Yeah.
There's a good tip. Don't spit in my food. Like, you know what I mean? Because I think people do that where like people eat the fries and all this stuff like that. I think now they have like a sealed things, but yeah, I get it. Like, it's an annoying job. Like, it's probably not like their first choice to do. And
Yeah, it's like you
tip them.
especially like food stuff is like it's hard. When you're hungry, it brings out a whole different
Oh.
side of like humanity.
Yeah,
you know, it's
I
like
know.
you lose all like rationale. It's like I'm the worst.
Yeah.
I'm a menace
I'm
when
the
I'm hungry.
same. I'm the
I'm
same.
bad.
I know. I ate a lot today. I had 4 Eggos and a donut before we started, and I'm still hungry. I'm so hungry all the time. Yeah, yeah. I get it though. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, tip your people out there. Their food delivery people, and it's also like you're also just like really kind of like lazy at the end of the day. Like they're probably like, oh, this lazy person can't go get their food at McDonald's. Especially the McDonald's ones are wild to me because like McDonald's is good. Like going through a drive-through, like that's all you have to do. You don't have to like get out of the car.
That's
I'm like,
true.
you just go down the street and
I
get
guess if you don't
McDonald's.
have like a car or something in the moment, like I get it. But I think at the same like it is at the end of the day, like having like a food delivery is kind of like a luxury, I think. Well, especially like DoorDash and Postmates because it's like any restaurant, you know? So it's like if you can't afford it, and I totally get how some people couldn't, but I think if that's the case, then you just can't order it,
Yeah, go
you know?
get. I would go get it a lot of times just because it's like easier too.
Yeah.
It's like less hassle. Yeah, you guys go get it yourself.
Yeah.
Who was the dream guest you tweeted me? I was like, I asked everyone like, who do you guys want to see on Just Trish? And Oscar, who never responds to any of my tweets, was like the first one to be like, I want this person. I just commented back, I'm in, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who it was, and I was like, okay, I'm in, and it was you. So I was like, okay. Who was it? It's just like some random person. You're like, this person. I'm like, okay, who? Who was
That's
it?
my YouTuber, my straight YouTuber boyfriend,
Ooh.
Ted. Remember my one YouTube crush, Ted? He
But
has,
his
like,
Twitter
glasses.
name wasn't Ted.
It was Ted Nivison. And there's a tag.
Oh, I thought it was like television or something. Ted Nifison? That's kind of a cute name. Is it like a real name or it's like...
Someone said it's supposed to be like a play on television, but
Okay.
at
So
the
I wasn't-
streamies they said it was just like as if it was his name, Ted Nivison.
Wait, what does he do again? Don't give me the whole dissertation, but give me like a recap in 10 seconds.
I mean, what does he do?
Yeah.
He's straight and he makes like the one thing he's famous for is he went to every single rainforest cafe in America.
Oh, does he do that a lot?
He also did
McDonald's?
it was Jimmy Buffett's restaurant. I forget what it's called.
Margaritaville?
Yes, he went to every Margaritaville in America.
He didn't do a
too.
McDonald's one?
I don't think he did McDonald's.
There was one where someone went to like a fancy McDonald's and they went to like a... No, not that
I
one.
don't think it was him.
Oh,
but
okay. I always see those people on TikTok. So he just does like food.
he's done food, but also he just does like I don't know what else. I don't know how else to describe him, but he's straight and cute.
And why do you watch him? For the food or for the cuteness?
He's funny, and his editing is cool because he like went to film school, so he like edits kind of fancy.
From editor to editor, you're like, I appreciate this.
But I remember when I said like he was my crush, everyone was like, "Of course, Oscar says that the guy that looks like him, he has a crush on."
Oh, he looks like you?
He just has brown hair and glasses, and that's literally like the.
That's wild. That's actually so funny. But I would too. Like all the girls I think are pretty, I like try to model myself after. So like that makes sense.
I don't think he looks like me though. I think he just has glasses.
You look like a lot of people though. We've established.
And
You look like
everyone with
everybody.
glasses.
Yeah. The round glasses and the hair and all that.
So,
Yeah.
Ted, if you want to come on, I'll
Okay.
reach out
Will
to
you be
Ted.
here that day?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Because I guess now the guest days, it's just like, I always feel bad because I'm like, I don't know, the guest days or whatever. But it would be nice to have you here sometimes because I always feel like there was a guest, maybe it was Zach, or I don't know, a couple people when they come in, they're like, oh, it's just you two? And it does kind of feel a little weird because it's like our house and we're like, yes, come on in. We're just like, and it's just us. I mean, I like it, but I think people expect so much more. And I think it would look cooler if we had more. I guess when we have like big guests, we can.
Yeah, Ted, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll definitely be there. I'll greet him at the door.
Magnificent.
I'll
Because I
run to the
ask people
driveway.
for guests. We have a lot of great guests coming up, but it's like guests that I like or I know, and I book all of my own guests. I think so, except for Donnie Osmond we had help with. But everyone else, and I like loved him, but everyone else I booked myself. So it's like people I know. And so I was like, oh, like who would people want to like see on Just Trish? And the number one, I think so, like Brooke was a really big request, but Drew Monson.
Yes.
And I did text him like a while. I've texted him like since the beginning of this, and we texted a little bit back and forth. And I think he just has like, just anything. He's always been a little like anxious and stuff like that. And I think just like, and I told him like it doesn't have to be drama. Like I said, if Ariana Grande comes on, I do not even talk about Ethan Slater or her thing. I just would talk about like Sweetener or whatever. You know what I mean? Sweetener.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Sweetener
Okay.
Foundation.
Why did I was like, wait, is that? It's not exactly. And that's why I said with Drew too. I'm like, we don't even have to talk about drama or anything in the past. Like I just am like so curious to see how he is, but. Yeah, he was a little anxious about it, and then he was like, not anxious, just like I don't know, and then he's like, maybe we could apprehensive, yeah, and then just like very like maybe we can meet up before, and I said yes, I would love to. So, anyways, I would love that was a request, and I know he makes videos and stuff still, and he performs his music and stuff. So, I would love to have Drew on. There was so many people too that I like never heard of. There's so many people that I've never heard of that are so famous. It's like so crazy. They have like so many followers. How many does Ted Nifison have?
I think he has like over 1 million on.
That's crazy. Yeah, like people have like over millions of followers and you like never heard of them before. And you're just like, wow, there's so many people that are just famous that you've never heard of, which is like kind of cool. Because there was so many that like some I didn't even know. I was just like, okay, a lot of random ones. But keep the suggestions coming. Tag your favorite creators. And if you know any of our favorites, we'll pay you $500 for Taylor Swift or Abel. I love doing a little Twitter moment. I love people like responding to Twitter. It is
fun. It's fun seeing everyone's like suggestions and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
I was like,
cute.
Okay, I like it. We have a lot of great guests.
Drew though. Drew would be really. I think that's.
Did you know him? Did you ever meet him?
I only met him once. I think it might have been the same Christmas party I met you for the first time. I think.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember talking because not a lot of people took. Because I was like a random at that first party, you know.
No,
like,
I thought you were an icon. I remember seeing you and be like, oh my god, we watched you so much, and I was like, it's Oscar. It was wild seeing you in person because we watched you so much, and I was like, this is crazy.
I remember talking to you, and then I remember talking to sitting on the couch, and Drew was asking a lot of questions too, which was really funny.
Really?
I thought he was really funny. Yeah,
we were big Strawberry fans, and not even strawberry haters. Like truly. Like I feel like maybe back in the day we hate watched a lot of people, but I really don't think it was like hate watching. Maybe it was for like
or a little,
some
like,
people.
I think you guys were probably mystified by like how like
It was wild. It was. I know we always talk about this and no one cares because everyone's like, yeah, I know.
But
But
it's so funny.
but it's just such a time where it was just like nobody really had like interns or assistants, and so like it was like the beginning of influencers, and like these influencers had big houses, and there was like interns working for them and assistants, and it was like these are my team, and they're doing this,
It
and we're
wasn't
just
like a production back then, so it was funny seeing like her. Yeah, I get it.
it was very much like, you know, digital camera, like lip syncing to like, you know, Owl City or something. And you're like, wow, you have a whole team for this? Like, that's wild. But it was cool. Like, it was cool. It was like one of those things where it was like cool. And like seeing you there, it's just like, oh, wow. It's like
so
you're
funny.
part of the team. And how did you get into the team? And like, it was a very interesting thing.
I think I remember like I think you, Drew, and Shay were the only ones that talked to me.
Right. Oh,
Because
we
you know,
love it.
everyone else is very like, you know, like not very, especially influencers. I feel like they kind of just stick to like who they know,
Yeah,
you know, and
who's
they
the
don't, not really
influencer.
mingling, you know. But yeah, you three were like really the only ones to like talk to me. And I
Well, you were the
remember it was
MVP
funny.
of the interns. You always stood out. And like, truly, you always stood out. We're always like, wow, that's like wild. Because you were so good back then, too.
I just remember being like so good, especially because I loved all you guys. So that was like, Drew was really, really nice. So
Oh,
that'd be
I
sweet, yeah.
love that. No, it was like truly a thing where we're just like, okay, like I couldn't even remember the other people's names at all. No shade to them, but I just like, I always just remembered you as that. And I was like, oh, you always stood out. You were such a standout even
so
back
sweet.
then. Yeah, it was great. I know. We talk about a lot of the same things on this
I
podcast,
know.
but you know, the other people on TikTok wanted us to talk about Sophie Turner making out with a British aristocrat.
Oh, love that.
What's
Yeah.
an aristocrat?
It's, I think someone who just comes from a really wealthy family.
Why do they
I
call them
think.
that?
Like they're like socialites, but like more, but almost fancier than a socialite.
Isn't there a movie called The Aristocats?
no relation? I don't think.
Is it really?
I
That's
think the
having to do-
cats are probably rich,
Oh,
right?
they're rich. Okay.
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
think
play
they're
on
fancy
that.
cats.
I
Yeah.
love an aristocrat.
That's
So
a
it's a rich
good-
guy that
it's
she was
a really
making out.
rich guy,
Do you know who
yeah.
it was?
I forget his name, but someone in the UK.
So why is this like a big deal? Okay, I saw the makeup pictures, but I'm like, are they divorced or no? They're just separated.
I think people are just happy that she's getting action.
Oh, they're happy.
Yeah,
oh, I
I
thought
think
people were
so.
like, oh, because I remember seeing, okay, what I saw on X was like Joe Jonas with the kids. Meanwhile, she was making out with this guy. And I thought it was like they were trying to frame it as a bad thing.
Oh, maybe some people are, but
Oh.
I think by the angle I was saying was like, yeah, go Sophie, get someone rich and
Yeah. Like, go Elvis. You will give Joe Jonas vibes today.
I know.
You
when
love a Jonas
I looked in
brother.
the mirror and I was like, this is giving like 2007 like Jonas Brother because they always have the vest and like the skinny jeans. I'm granted I'm not wearing skinny jeans, but
You have the skinny jeans. Oh, you have
Um,
skinny pants.
they're not supposed to. I think I'm just bigger and they like
No.
are tighter.
They look great. I love them. You look so sharp today. I was like, wow, you look so professional. You look so fancy and dressed up. You do look like Joe Jonas when he's like, you made all the plans and then you're wrong. It's dun, dun. What is that song?
Well,
Oh, this
this
is
is
an
an
SOS. Don't need a second guess.
That's
This
yeah.
is the final
And the
line is true. I gave it all for you.
Now
Now
my heart's in two,
and I can't find the other half. It's like I'm walking on broken glass. Better believe this. I'm the call you'll never get. Beautiful.
There we go.
I love that you
got
sang
your
it with
karaoke
me.
moment.
I don't really know Jonas Brothers at all, but for
Me
some reason
either.
that sticks in my head. That
I think because
song.
I played on Disney Channel all the time.
Maybe that's what it is. Did you know Year 3000 was not their song? It was a different boy band. Yes.
What?
Yeah, another boy band sang Year 3000, like, and they just did a cover of it. And I always thought it was like
That
Jonas.
is tea.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh
okay,
my-
Jonas Brothers, not knowing it.
Oh my god.
Teep. So anyways, I think, yeah, Sophie Turner making out with a British aristocrat is great. I love Sophie Turner. She used to follow me on my old Instagram account when she was like at the height of her Game of Thrones
Oh
career.
my god. That makes sense to me because she's
You
kind of
think?
like
I wouldn't think that.
she's really like. She's like really sarcastic and just she likes shit posting. Like that's well, back in the day before like Joe. I guess there's this whole I haven't like really gone down there, but there's this whole like TikTok like theory that like because she used to be very like on social media and like very like quippy and sarcastic and like kind
I
of shit
didn't know.
posty. But then after she got with Joe, like a lot of that changed. People think that like she had Joe didn't like that stuff and she changed it or whatever. But
Oh my
there's a
god.
whole theory about it. But so it kind of makes sense going back to it. Is that she would
Right.
like she would like your stuff.
She's like the Priscilla and he's the Elvis.
Kind of, yeah. Because she's also younger.
Controlling
Yeah.
and
That's
I want to see the
tea.
Jonas Brothers biopic.
Oh my god.
What's the real story behind them and their purity rings? Remember they preached so much about purity and then they're like, yeah, we weren't. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, why are people promoting this stuff? Because it's such an unrealistic standard. And it's like, why do you promote that? And then years later be like, actually, I mean, that's everybody. It's like years later, they're like, I think it was even James Charles who was like talking about how he hated his Morphe palette and how ugly it was.
Yes,
And
this
I'm
was
like,
a whole TikTok thing because he did a sponsored whole brand deal for that Morphe palette. It was like on the packaging.
oh my God.
And then he posted a TikTok saying it was like the ugliest palette and he hated it. I was like, girl, some things you just gotta keep to yourself. Like,
This is a prime example of something like, why? There was something, what was I talking about the other day to you, Moses, where I was just like, people share just like everything. And it's like, you don't need to share everything. Like, you just don't. Like, it's great. I guess TikTok in general, just people like sharing, like the bartender that shared about her husband bringing up, like, why? Why do people share everything or stuff about their kids and stuff like that? I'm just like, oh my gosh, you don't need to share every single
I
thing.
didn't understand because it also like it doesn't help his like reputation to like say that you shilled a product that you hated at the time, and then it'll make every other like ad or brand deal that you do look a little dubious. Like I will be extra skeptical, and people already look at that a little sideways, especially with beauty because it's like they get so many brand deals and stuff, you know? So it's like...
You just look greedy then, too. And you also look like, you're deceptive. So you just, like, tricked everyone into buying this palette you said was great, but now you think it's, like, ugly.
Yeah.
So all those people who thought it was great because you said it was great is, like... You messed. You effed them up. That's effed up.
Hey,
I use all my Adam and Eve toys. Okay, like that's bullshit. I was so like that does bother me. I'm like, oh my God, why did you say that?
Just don't admit that you hated it.
I
You know, like that's all you had to do.
And so far in the past too, I'm like, was even anyone asking about that?
No, it like literally willingly just bringing this information forward when it like, I think. I'm trying to think what he was thinking of. I think he probably just thought it would be like kind of like relatable, quirky, relatable, and it's just like, girl,
quirky, relatable. Guys, remember the time I sold you like millions of palettes? They're so ugly. You guys are so dumb.
No, it's like when my face was on the packaging, and I get like at the time he was young, it was probably like exciting just to get an opportunity. But girl, then just
I know.
if you lie down and you sold it, you got to stick with it.
Yes.
If I did that, you would never. You could waterboard me. I would never admit that it was ugly. I would be like, I loved it.
Yeah, right. Until the end. Just go to the end. Yeah, there's just some secrets you need to keep to the grave. Or until you have the tell-all book, like, you know,
and
they
you have
pay
nothing
you.
to lose,
Yeah, that could be the little stick that comes out, the $20 million headline.
But when you're still trying to be an influencer and you are...
And selling a palette.
and you're influencing people and you have your own makeup companies, like, we want to know that you believe in what
do
you're...
you actually like this or are you just trying to sell us whatever?
Girl.
That's why they say don't believe the influencers. They just be trying to sell. Like, everyone who has a coffee, like, I'm no hate to anyone, but they're all the same company. And, like, look, this is business, too. It's, like, not even a big deal, but it's, like, it's called, like, a white label, like, a thing where you can just literally get the same coffee and just put your label on it and sell it. But literally every influencer was like having this coffee and I was like, this is so odd. Like everybody loves coffee all of a sudden. And then I was like, oh, it's actually this like, and they like came to me too. There's like, well, there's different ones, but there's like a white label that can give you any coffee, you want any flavor, but they like make it. But then another person could have that exact same one and put their label on it too.
Oh my God.
And it's like, and that is like a business. I don't think it's necessarily like a scam. Like I think I had Tanner's a long time ago that I actually really liked, but I'm pretty sure that was white label where someone else could also have bought the Tanner I had and like sold it. I was so young. I was like 23 at the time. It was great. It was called Feel Like Trish. And it was cute. The packaging was cute and stuff like that. But I think anyone could have done it. It's not like they created it in a lab or something like that. So all these people with their coffees, it's like, it's all the same coffee basically, which I get it. If like, especially like Emma Chamberlain, hers is very cute. And like, you know, it's if you're a fan, it says Chamberlain coffee and then it's cute. So it's not really a scam, I guess. It's just.
No. And some of those, the coffee is a good quality coffee and you can kind of customize different flavors or different type of roasts you want.
Anybody can get those. Like you could also get those if you have $10,000.
If you had your coffee.
We have Just Trish coffee coming out.
I would get it.
I'm just not passionate about coffee. Everyone loves the Just Trish water bottles. Oh, our guest was very excited about our water bottles. The one we had last week was coming up. She was also very excited. She's like, "This is amazing. You have your own water." I was like, "Yes."
It is gaggy because that just seems so official.
Yeah, it seems so official to have it. It is cool. So with the coffee, it is cool when you can like put your brand on it. But sometimes I don't know. I guess because it's kind of like with the merch we're doing. We're still like working on it. It's like coming. It's just like it's gone back and forth because we are doing custom stuff. I just don't like when you can just like it can be copied easily. Like, you know, you slap a logo on something and someone else can just copy it or something. I don't know.
No, I get it. When it's like it's just like a generic brand of like blank crew neck or t-shirt,
right?
And you just like
put your label on. Yeah, and I think like the coffee's the new thing, which is like it's cool and like whatever, and it's like not a scam, but yeah, it's just interesting to me. But yeah, the beauty world, the beauty palettes and stuff like that, they just always confuse me. I'm like, there's just so many, they all look the same.
So many, and like
so many.
I had like my beauty influencer era when
you did?
They could like sell me anything. Like all the girls could sell me
really
anything. Like Jacqueline, any of them really.
Okay.
And then now I haven't bought makeup literally since like 2019. and I have to like buy new makeup because every time I put on makeup for this, I break out the next day because all my stuff is so old. So now I'm like,
oh, buy new.
Yeah, because my stuff is probably so expired and like toxic, but it's like, what can I do?
Yeah, I like to buy new ones. I like the I just got really. You know what Sephora has now? Actually, it's like because I haven't bought new makeup either, and because I'm paler now, I had to go get like a skin match. They literally put like the camera, your phone.
Yeah,
Have you done
you're telling me this.
Did I tell you? Oh, it's so cool. They put the camera on your phone or whatever, and then it's like it tells you if you have oily skin, the color match exactly.
Oh, it does all that.
All that.
Oh.
And can't remember the one I got now. Maybe it was Fenty Beauty. I can't remember, but they color matched it like so perfect, and it's like so wonderful. Like it like blends seamlessly. So
see, my thing is like in my head, I'm like, I see how much free PR those beauty girls get, and they literally just be like, I see Laura Lee's, like, she has like 100 boxes in her garage of PR. So in my head, I'm like, we're going to start getting makeup PR. So I'm like, why buy it right now?
Okay, Smashbox has sent me a DM. They're like, do you want us to send you a package? So I was like, we'll get it. We'll put it in. We'll be over there in the thing and have a whole little Smashbox center. I know. More people have been reaching out to send me stuff, but I don't want to feel obligated to post things because I'm also like, okay, you're like not getting like paid. And I know that's a big deal, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to just like post it just because you get me free stuff. I don't know. I get weird. I don't like to. I'm like the opposite with like sponsorships, unless I like really like the thing. Like I don't love to like post about it. I don't know.
Like rugs are really expensive, so if a rug company wants to send us rugs,
do you need a rug?
Ruggable, I love.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
where are you gonna put a rug? In your bedroom?
Apartment, yeah.
But like where? In the living room? Because I never use rugs.
The kitchen, the bedroom. I love a rug, but they're so good.
Wait,
it's
in
like,
the kitchen?
Yeah, like a runner.
Wouldn't the food get on it?
But with the ruggable, not sponsored, but you can wash it. You can wash it. So, but they're expensive. Rugs are like adult stuff that you wouldn't think is expensive. I'm like,
yeah.
How do I get this for cheaper? Like, I don't know.
I get you like rugs, mattresses too, all that stuff.
Yeah, and everyone
expensive.
They send those mattresses to just about. I see people with like 5,000 followers getting mattresses.
It's crazy. Do you want a mattress? I'm sure it's easy to get one sent to you.
I'll take a mattress. I'll take just about anything.
DM
That's
Oscar.
the one thing I get jealous. Like all the PR. I just love free stuff. I think it's fun. Like I love a free thing.
Yeah, I get like that, and then they're like, "Oh, will you post?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to post."
Yeah, then it gets too much. Yeah,
I like the no obligation.
I don't care.
You would post.
Yeah, I did.
I'll post whatever you send me. I know I don't even get paid, and I'll talk about Fashion Nova. I'll be like, well, you know, they sponsor everyone, but here I am just doing free promo. I mean, the stuff is good. What can I say? I don't know. I'll go back to the contract. Oh, good times. Oh, what else we got?
Oh, okay. This is a little old, but we need to talk about it. Did you see the viral photo of Leonardo DiCaprio on Halloween with his girlfriend?
No.
Where they were at a Halloween party. They're at a Halloween party outside, and his girlfriend is reaching his hand into his underwear and grabbing his ass.
His girlfriend is reaching her hand
into his pants and grabbing his ass. But it's like they've been at a Halloween party. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. I imagine he's a little like puffy, sweaty. Like it's a long night. He's in a costume. And her hand is just in there.
What? That's not weird.
I think it's after a lot. There's a lot of, and then she goes around at a party, probably mingling, shaking everyone's hands.
Oh, like they're not leaving the party.
No, they're at the party. They stepped outside to get some fresh air. Her hand goes into his into his undies. And
I mean, that probably happens so much. Do you know how many people are touching themselves and then touching you? Like, there's so many people that do that don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom, after they did something weird and gross. Like, that's why, in general, I don't like to shake people's hands. And I'd actually rather give a hug because people do, like, weird, nasty shit with their hands and don't wash it. I don't think that's, like, the worst thing in the world. I've been with people who don't shower for, like, a week at a time. I've been with people who go to the gym and, like, don't wash. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing. Like, you love someone and you just, like you don't think about it. But I also don't think she's going around a Halloween party shaking people's hands. Do you?
I think so. Out of Hollywood, like,
you just gotta expect
nice
it.
Good to see you.
I think people should just expect that everyone has something nasty on their hands. Don't touch their hands. I don't think it's the worst. I don't know. People were mad about it or what?
I think people just thought it was like out of pocket, literally.
Literally in the butt.
I think, especially just thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio's like swampy ass.
You know
like,
that swampy. Maybe it was fine.
I would bet my life that after a lot, he was wearing like it was Halloween night, LA. He was wearing a friggin' weird mask.
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio, I expect to be like a little
swampy. No, Moses is never swampy ever. And I wouldn't even say anything if it was. I've been with swampy, and it's fine. When you love someone, swampy's fine too. honestly. I never really care. I've been with people who are like, they'll tell them they stink. Like, you stink so bad. And I was like, oh, you love someone, you don't think about it. You're just like, well.
Also, we don't know what she's into.
Yeah, maybe that's what she's into.
That's fine if she can be into it, but then they'll go around at this party like.
You didn't see her shaking hands with anyone.
I would have bet my
You're
life.
assuming. You're assuming.
I'm making an educated assumption.
I don't shake people's hands. Like when I think about people coming in here and like, you know, Tana, Zach saying all their friends, like I'm not shaking their hands. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like, hi, you know? I don't know. I just don't go shaking people's hands like that.
At like events.
You shake people's hands?
Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I never shake hands.
God.
You shake hands with people? When's the last time you shook hands with somebody? I don't think we ever shake hands.
I think, you know, since
Ever.
the last thing we had going around, people are more careful about touching, shaking hands. I'm good at washing my hands. I always wash my hands if I touch something that I think.
I wash my hands too. That's why my hands are like literally cracked. They're like all sore because I wash my hands so much.
Like I never get sick. Like at the airport, like if I go through the check-in, I go wash my hands. Then I take my luggage, I go wash my hands.
He never
then
gets sick. I'm always sick.
Wash your hands if you're at a Halloween party and another DiCaprio'S
Or
there.
just don't shake hands with people. I feel like we're in 2023. We're not shaking hands anymore. But definitely don't elbow me. I hate when people elbow. I'm like,
I hate that too.
that's very weird. Then you think I'm nasty or something. I'm like, you're just don't do anything. Just hi, social distance. We're good to meet you or whatever like that. I don't know. That's not the worst thing. People are wild. This is a slow news day, you guys. You can't tell. I don't. In one hand, I love when there's peace and harmony in the world and on social media, you know, because sometimes it like gives me anxiety. Like the MRBEAST thing was like giving me anxiety and stuff like that. But then it's like, what do we talk about when there's nothing happening? You know what I mean?
This little fun stuff is like really silly, and it's like, oh, now MrBeast is building wells. We can.
I almost tweet about MrBeast, but I'm like, I feel like I would get canceled if I say what I have to say about MrBeast. But I also feel like I should say it because you know what? In 3 years from now, I was like, Trisha called it because that's always what happens. So I feel like, do I say my piece or do I keep the peace? It's very hard these days to tell. But MrBeast gives me David Dobrik vibes, and I just feel he's so passive aggressive. First of all, with the way he like tweeted, like I know I'll probably get hate for helping people, but I don't care. Here's my wells, and it's like so predictable, so passive aggressive. I was just like, I don't know, and a lot of people, and I see a lot of people also being like, okay, but these people should just like need to get well. You shouldn't have to be MrBeast to like get these wells or whatever. Like, and I get it. He's helping people. First of all, yes, we love that, and this is a great thing for him because for the first time, he's not making people torturing them or humiliating them to get these wells. So, which actually I don't know. I didn't watch the video. Maybe he did. Maybe he had them like not eat food
in a grocery store.
Yeah. What did he do to get these wells for them? We didn't see. But just his tweet alone, being like, no, I'm going to get canceled. And then all the people then tweet me like, wow, he's a really awful guy making wells, giving wells to hundreds of. It's like, oh, like it's so predictable because. And it's different, yes, but similar. It's very much when like David would do something bad, but then like give like, you know, buy a restaurant for a family that couldn't afford it, or like give cars to like a random teenager that needed it in college or something like that. And then I was like, oh my God, he's a great guy because he's giving out cars. And it's like, that's not always the case. Because you give people stuff doesn't mean you're a good person all the time. Like, I don't know. Like, yes, it's great people have wells and stuff like that. But I am like, there's something, and it's not I don't know. It's not even the Rosanna stuff, just that, you know what I mean? Because obviously that was just like her story and she felt like that wasn't like the worst thing. I just think there's like other things in the mystery. Oh my God, I got an email. I haven't even told you this. I got an email. I can't share it. Oh, I want to share it. Someone who worked for MrBeast, a female.
Oh my God.
A female editor. That's all I can say. And I was so annoying because she said she was like on an NDA, but it's like, okay, here's the thing about NDAs. I don't think they count. I won't say there's like a crime committed, but if there's something that's like questionable that could be like criminal, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think the NDAs are null and void, right?
I have no idea.
Because I don't think, okay, not taking away from MrBeast, let's do it a separate situation. So like, let's say there's like an NDA in place, but it was like, I don't know, something like, oh, I think I saw this on TikTok. I did see this on TikTok. This is completely unrelated for real. There was a guy who was filming everyone's reaction to him telling him that the girlfriend was pregnant. He was showing the family, and then he told his boss, and he's filming everyone's reaction and posted it. And the boss was like, oh, I think that's gonna like affect your work, whatever. And then a week later, she goes, okay, unrelated to last week's conversation, she goes, you know, there's no longer a position here for you. Basically, like fired him. And so obviously everyone's like, there's totally a case there or whatever. But in that situation, like let's say there was an NDA or he couldn't record it, right? Someone's like saying you can't record this conversation. But it's like, doesn't that surpass if someone did something illegal, like firing you because you're having a baby? Because you can't fire someone just because she said it was unrelated, but like.
No, you can't. I mean, it doesn't mean that they can break laws that, you know, there's basically employer relationship to the employee they can't break those laws. There's like employment laws.
Yeah, because I had like an NDA. I've had NDAs with people, and I was like, you know what though? They're borderline criminal. What happened? Like, so I should be like able to talk about it and stuff like that. So when people would just say, I signed an NDA, I can't talk about it, and I was like, and again, unrelated to the Mr. Beast thing, but I was just like, I feel like NDAs aren't like the end all be all. Like they can't just like unalive you, and you're like, well, it's an NDA, so I can't say what really happened or something. I don't know. It's like really weird.
I was just looking at, I guess like it depends, because it's not a crime to break an NDA. It's like a civil thing. So I think it depends, like, because if it was like something illegal, like or a crime, whatever was involved with like the NDA, like if you broke the NDA to say that this person did something illegal, then if it went to like a civil court, they would probably lose, like the employer or whoever would probably lose anyway, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's
so
like,
I think it depends on like if otherwise, like if they could be sued and like have to pay for breaking an NDA, you can be sued and have to pay like financial stuff and then legal fees if you lost like the civil court case.
And that's what's like annoying when you like work for a big corporation or something like that. And it's like you sign these things and then ultimately you are bullied to stay silent because they'll just have more money and they can like bury you in legal costs. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't, and it's nothing criminal. Like it's nothing, oh my God, like if you like unalive somebody or something, I would say something. It was something like horrible, but it was so funny, and it was kind of unrelated. It wasn't like this person's like trying to expose him. They like actually want to come work here. They're like, actually, I have this resume and whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just a hunch. I have no facts or evidence. I don't know Mr. Beast, and I actually don't know anyone who's like worked for him. But we do know someone that was interviewed, but for his position, and we know someone who was conned by him for their hide and seek games. So she redacted the apology. Did you see that?
Yeah. What a whirlwind! That was. Yeah.
I support Rosanna. Like some people could say it's like not that serious, and maybe it's not, but it's like, she feels strongly about it, and she wants to like talk about it, and it is odd he never said anything. Like at the end of the day, it is so like. Yes, it's like not as serious and things, but you kind of do want to know like why, and also like Logan, like why Quackly? Why'd you put Logan in there? Why'd you cut her out? Like, was it just because you didn't want to? Like, it's not just a girl thing, but it's like you wanted a certain top 3 that you thought would do better. Like, it's just so interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's weird. And again, it's like not a big thing, but it's something that I think about at night sometimes. I'm just like, that's odd. And if it was me, I would be annoyed too. If I was like top 3, I would be annoyed. And
not to even like rehash this stuff too, but I've like seen there's stuff where it's like, girl, people are dying. Why do you care about hide and seek? Girl, we can care about a lot of things at once.
Yes.
All because it's like people have like the capacity to also be upset something happens to them and also care that like there's a lot of plights and like stuff going on in the world. It's not like singular, Yeah, and she
I
will say that.
Yeah, and she like took back with like how she like worded some things and stuff like that, because in the heat of the moment you could like word things like wrongly and people take offense to that. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I've been told by so many people that are like there's and I've been waiting for, and not waiting for it in a bad way. Like again, I don't like wish bad on anybody, but if someone does like bad things and like comes to light or something like that, like it feels whatever. Anyways, I've been told so many times that there's another Mr. Beast video coming out, but it hasn't yet. So I think a lot of people probably just like are scared. I don't know. Honestly, this is again just a hunch. It's like nothing that I like know for concrete, but it's
And I can say like with Jimmy.
Okay.
I feel like he's not like just a YouTuber. Like he's he's like a company, and I feel like with any big business, there's always like shades of morally questionable things, just because it's natural when you have that much money and you employ people, like there's going to be some sketchy things like get there.
Yeah.
So I do think, does he do a lot of good stuff? Yes. But does he probably have some shady stuff? Nothing criminal as of we know, but like some like morally questionable stuff? Probably. So that's the way I kind of look at it. But I feel bad because with Rosanna, I feel like she was bullied into, retracting things and unretracting and then retracting.
Totally. Oh, for sure.
So that's why I feel like you kind of just have to say your piece and then just don't look
ever again. Say it, stick to it, and don't look again, because the people can be wild. And there are some so hardcore Mr. Beast fans. I mean, it is weird. The Well one got like 9 million views in like 30 minutes.
It's wild.
Oh, another weird thing about the Mr. Beast thing, that weird thing, and maybe this is not weird, but maybe it is. Every single comment was in a different language, and not just like Spanish. It was like these like different symbols. Like there was different like countries, and we watched it because in the first like 30 minutes there was 9 million views, and I was just like, this is odd. So I'd go to see the comments, and like all of them were in like a different language, like different like symbols and stuff like that. And I was like, this is kind of odd that they're, and granted, I get it, international, but like, okay, all these different countries are in different time zone and they're all commenting at the same time.
That's interesting.
Just saying, it was kind of weird. And I get it, he's massive, but it is a little weird.
And apparently his net worth is 100 million.
That's it? It seems like it'd be more.
You think, what would you think, $1 billion?
Yeah, because he has like the Feastables and the videos and
Did you
sponsors.
see that?
Oh,
That's
no one bought the Feastables.
Yeah.
Where was that? Was that Walmart?
I think it was. I thought it was Target, but maybe it
all
was
the candy
Walmart.
was gone except for the Feastables.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith Lee told us, he's like, that's not good. And Mr. Beast was not happy about it. He was like, and then I think Keith Lee said something like, yeah, he was like not happy that I wasn't giving like glowing reviews. But I'm sorry, like that's random. Like, why did he become like Willy Wonka, where he's just like, I love chocolate now? That's what I'm saying. Like the most random branding. It's like, was he a snack person? Was that his thing? Did he eat a lot of food? It's like, it was such a weird turn for him.
And the D'Amelios with the snacks now too. Yeah, snacks are a really random like foray into business.
I would love the snacks though.
He would make sense.
We'd eat
for
it
you.
all the time. Oh my god, our Trisha pastas, like just all the pastas that I love, all the pasta sauces in one. It'd be great.
I would love for you to guys to have your own like sauce. That would be so good.
It would be so. I don't know. I guess they just got offered these things and they just take it. It's probably like the same thing. Like this company's going to make these products. Like, do you want to be at the face of this product and have your name on it? I guess you'd say yes. I guess I would too. Like I don't think Mr. Beast is like creating chocolate. I don't think he's like feeling passionate about chocolate where he's making unique flavors and stuff.
I don't know. I think he loves making the chocolates.
Wait, what?
The way that he talked, like, because I always see him collab with different like influencers to announce a new chocolate, and he seems so into it.
Maybe
I
he
think
is.
he really I mean, now I think he's like very, or maybe he just likes the showmanship of it. I don't know. He's an enigma to me. I just don't get it. So I was like, I kind of just let
That's how I feel too. I know. Until all this came about, and so I was just like, okay. When you told me about the compound, and then Rosanna was telling me about the challenges, I was just shook by it. I always, like I said, sometimes you just have a feeling about someone, and it could be for no reason, and it could be so off. But I don't know. I just always was like, this is like David Dobrik vibes, and people always compare them. Like when interviews, they always ask him about like, what's the difference between you and David Dobrik? And it's like, well, it should be like glaring the differences for people, but I guess not for everybody. I guess he's just like, and his response being like common sense. I'm like, that's your response. I'm sorry, if someone compared me to David, I'd be like, I'm not the devil. Like he's just like common sense. I was like, oh, okay, well. I don't know. Common sense isn't so common.
And I guess like no one's ever talked about like the human remains they found in the compound and like all that stuff.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god, that would be wild. You know that. You went to the interview, you saw that. That's the NDA. You didn't sign an NDA, did you?
No.
I'm surprised they don't for interviews. Now they probably will because of people like you.
Like this bitch.
That's wild. I know. Do you ever get? I always worry about that with someone like Mr. Beast. I'm like, is he gonna like come and like write us a letter and be like, don't ever talk about us again?
Cease and desist.
Yeah. I don't think you can though, right? Unless you say something crazy.
No,
I
think you can send a cease and desist, but I know those ones for a fact are very easy to like.
Yeah.
They don't really mean anything.
No one ever cares about them.
And I don't think Mr. Beast is losing sleep over what we have
He
to
might
say.
be. Charli D'Amelio was, and I'm like, damn, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
Oh God, I should not.
Mr. Beast, I'm not. Just kidding. I don't know. He actually probably could be fine, and maybe he just, I don't know. The editing is weird, though. I just want to know why you edited Roseanne out. That's all we want to know.
That's all, yeah.
And Quackity. So weird. It's so odd. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just confess. Like, I wanted, the
Logan.
bros at the top because they were like
Yeah.
the most viewed at the time. Like, my bad.
Wasn't the other one like Larry or something?
Larry, yeah.
Which, there's no way he's more popular than Rosanna or Quackity.
I think everyone in the final three, whatever that he picked, they were like at the time like very like buzzy, popular.
Buzzy.
Like, yeah, like Larry was in a lot of. He was like close with the James Charles, and he like so big on TikTok and stuff. So
I checked X in our break just real quick. I was like, "What's trending?" And I saw Logan Paul was trending. I'm like, "He's always trending." Did you see that? Like, I don't watch wrestling or anything like that, but he like saved that person from like a neck injury. The guy that like, did you see? Oh my! It was like trending. Like the video clip was like this guy. I guess like everyone's just like the fact that Logan has like this ring awareness. Like he was gonna do this like I don't know. Like he's doing a flip off where like it basically like his head was gonna go down and like basically break his neck. Logan like literally like saved him, but right like inches from the ground before his head hit the ground to avoid a neck injury, and still was able to like flop him down like safely or something like that to like complete the stunt or the trick or something. But they're like the fact that he like recognized that, it's like he is amazing. He probably makes so much money. I mean, he is a really good athlete. Sometimes you're like, wow, that's amazing. Why did you do all this like stupid stuff like vlogging?
I know.
If you're that talented, I guess you have to get there somehow. But it is amazing.
He probably matured a lot. I heard Netflix wants Jake Paul's next fight, so that must be a lot of money too.
God, there's influencers like that I think are amazing. Like Emma Chamberlain too. I think it's like amazing. She models for like Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. I'm like, God, these people, the Paul brothers are probably the most like amazing because they were such like I guess I wouldn't say a joke, but kind of a joke. Like people really just like ragged on them for their music videos and stuff like that. And now they're like really legit and like people really like them.
They were very unserious for a long time.
Yeah, and now they're like so serious.
Yeah,
and now they're like so serious and like everyone takes them seriously. That's cool. Are they done? Is he done with the podcast and Paul? He should be because I feel like podcast, just like you talk too much and say the wrong things. I think he just needs to not talk anymore because he's just at the top and just needs to stay that way.
That's why I'm surprised that like Travis Kelce has a podcast because he's like
that's wild to me. I just saw he had one. He was reacting to people's costumes, but he did it early. He did it before our costumes, and I was like, oh man, he didn't get to see ours. But
that would he would love yours.
I would love to go on Travis Kelce's podcast. Does he have guests?
I don't know.
I
would love. The brother is pretty. The more I research, I'm like, oh, the brother's hot. I think the brother's married with kids and stuff, but the brother's pretty hot.
Yeah,
and I think he met Travis Kelce's brother. Sure.
What's his name? Jason and Travis, they have a podcast together.
Yeah, higher ground.
I think the brother met his like girlfriend off Tinder. I think that was like a big thing because everyone
could have been me.
Yeah. I know, right? Because everyone was saying like, "Oh my God, could you imagine meeting this guy off Tinder?" And then like Taylor Swift is now your sister-in-law.
Wild.
Yeah, that is
I would
wild.
live for that. Your security guard here is hot, by the way, and now he like knows me.
Is he have the long hair?
No, he has short hair. And he has tattoos and glasses.
Really? Is he new?
I've seen him.
He knows you now?
Yeah. I just come by. I'm like, hey, here for Trisha. And
Do you
like,
have a pass? Do you have a pass?
He doesn't even give me a pass. He just goes, Oscar, right? I'm like, yeah.
No.
We're like that.
Oh my God, I don't even think he knows like my mom's name. That's amazing. Wow, I don't think he knows my name.
We have a rapport now, so I'll keep you posted on that.
What do you think about that? We were just talking about this. Oh God, we were just talking about this. If we're out to eat, because you remember I said something like, I don't care if we're out to eat.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? What was it?
Home Improvement.
Was it? What was it? What was it?
All roads lead to
I
Home
know.
Improvement.
I'm trying to think of the scenario so I could like explain it because I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
But you're talking it specifically within a couple, not to say that somebody else is good looking.
But I was like, I would rather you follow like an Instagram model than like be at a restaurant and like, because everyone's like, it's human nature to check out people. I'm like, yeah, if you're at a restaurant, I think that's weird. If I'm like next to you and you're like checking out a girl, but if you're like on Instagram and you follow pretty girls, like I don't think that's a thing. Or TikTok, you see pretty girls.
But somebody said that if you are actively looking at other women, that you're basically cheating.
I don't agree with that. I was like,
I kind of agree with that. I mean, it's like you don't actively go and seek something else.
I actively watch the Weekend music videos every night. I always watch his.
But it's a bit different, I feel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather you do it with like an Instagram model or something that you're not going to see as opposed to someone in real life.
There's no doubt doing it in front of you. It's more disrespectful to do it like right in front of you. That's
yeah.
awful.
It's like I tell them when we're at a restaurant. There's never once where I'm like, oh, that guy is hot or whatever like that. Not that I don't think it's like even cheating, but I never like think about it as opposed to like you're online. I don't know. This may be a hot take, but it's just like I just feel like if it's like someone online or someone like I said, like The Weeknd or something, like it's just like you're not gonna be with that person.
It feels like not real, or
it feels not real. But then that's what I was asking because the security guard was hot, and I was like, do you ever think that like, do you think your boyfriend thinks that about other people? Do you think? And I don't think it's bad, by the way. If you think like, because I would see people too, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, they're hot or whatever. But
I agree with both. If it's a straight guy, I think it's bad. If anyone, a girl or a gay, I think it's okay.
It's okay if it's a girl, yeah.
I think I would only like talk about that with guys who are appearingly straight, I would say, because then I think it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like Travis Kelce's hot, you know, like
right.
Or Ted is straight with a
they're
girlfriend.
Out of reach.
Yeah, it's like
that's
unreal.
how I feel with celebrities and stuff like that. Like they're out of reach.
But
so
I would never go to like West Hollywood and be like, oh, that guy, because then it's like if it's assumed gay, then I feel like I would feel weird about it because then it's like it's not out of reach, so it'd be different. If that makes sense.
That's how I feel. I was like, I can say The Weeknd's hot because it's like, there's no, like, even if that was the case, I like still wouldn't, it's like the Elvis situation. I don't want to be with someone famous because he's with these people, whatever. But it's like, if it's someone that like works with us, like it's like my gym trainer that I don't have. But if I had a trainer, it's not like I'm going to be like, wow, he's so hot. His muscles, like, I don't know. Like, that's weird to me. But I just don't think, who was it? God, I wish I could know who said this was cheating. And it was someone that was like so offended that someone would follow, it must be maybe TikTok or something. I don't know. Yeah. And they were like, oh, if he looks at other girls, like that's cheating. I was like,
but again, it's different. Like you have obsession with celebrity culture and all that, and it changes and all that. But you don't have like a guy that you like a bunch of 10 models, guy models that you follow with the intention of just seeing like eye candy, right?
Maybe.
You're doing
it's good that a straight guy thing. That's how all straight guys should think.
I was like, okay.
Separate rules for the girlies, but for the straight boys.
I think so too. Yeah. Anyways, I just think it's interesting. Like if you like see someone and I don't know, like if you and your boyfriend out, would you say someone's hot?
No. Oh my God, no.
Because I would think also like you could share a common like hotness. Like you see a hot guy and you both are like, oh yeah, he's hot. As opposed like us, like if he says a girl's hot, like I'm not like attracted to girls like that, so I'd be like that's weird. But if we were both attracted to men, I'd be like, yeah that's a hot guy.
I think some couples, like gay couples, are like that, but we couldn't be for sure because we'd both. It would just not. We would fight over it for sure. Yeah.
Who's jealous, you or him?
Both, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why like I would only like comment on like for the most part, like straight guys' hotness, because it's like stupid, you know? It's like they're straight, nothing's ever gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's
with
like,
Taylor Swift. Yeah,
so
I
it's
get
like,
that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know. It's weird. I used to be so jealous, and I'm just like not jealous. I guess because you're just not that person either. Maybe if you were talking about how girls were hot all the time, I don't know. I'm just like not jealous at all. Like at all. Like I don't know. I guess there's nothing you do that would make me jealous. But
it's not. I don't think that's you're not jealous. I think you're not
jealous.
threatened. Like I'm not doing things that would make you feel jealous.
yeah, that could be. I guess.
That's more it.
you've built like the security, so there's no like reason to.
Yeah, but you would think there would still be like a little jealousy. But yeah, like literally, I guess you don't do anything. So I don't know. Maybe if you like, yeah, I guess not. I don't know. I guess you don't do anything. So I guess there's nothing to be jealous of. But you definitely don't get jealous. We are definitely not a jealous couple. He gets jealous of nobody and nothing. But don't worry, nobody could pull me from you, baby. That's the truth. I watch these things like Elvis, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, you like in my head, I love the fantasy of like being with like the biggest celebrity in the world. But I'm just like, oh, like in reality, like when you know all these things that happen, you're just like, ugh, it kind of turns you off. You know what I mean? And there's like a reason they're single and, you know, can't keep a relationship. No offense to them, but it's probably because they're addicted to fame, sex, attention, all that
Like a
stuff.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Oh. I
Like
don't
a
know. He gives me
swampy
ick.
ass.
Yeah. I would take the swampy
Allegedly.
ass. It's just more him. I just like I'll take the butt, but not. Yeah. I don't know about him. What else
Did
we
you?
got?
This is the most unserious news.
Oh
but
no! I don't even know what you just said. A possum being dragged away.
I saw an image of it, but I didn't see.
I don't even know what a possum looks like.
Ooh.
It's a raccoon or what? Like it's a rodent?
You've never seen the opossum?
No.
They have how would you? It's a rodent, I guess.
It's a
You
technically.
would not like it. It's like a big rat
Ooh.
that looks evil.
I don't like it. Already don't like it.
They're actually good for our environment, but you would not like it.
Okay, why are they good for the environment? They're eating rats or what?
They eat ticks. They can eat like 1,000 ticks in a day. Like they're really good for our environment. but-
Okay.
Mukbang.
But they're mukbang. What happened?
It was just a crazy moment. It was some random football game in Texas, and it became like a viral meme on Twitter/X because an opossum just ran on the field, and then it had to be wrangled and dragged away. And they had to literally drag the opossum away, but it was like begging to like stay on the field. So it became like a new reaction picture.
Oh my god! Why? Why did it want to stay on the field?
It just wanted to have fun
Are
and
you
play the
saying
game.
a possum or possum?
An opossum. I think it's an OPP.
No, it's just a
OP.
possum. There's no opossum.
It is an
Just
way you spell it.
POSS. Yeah, it's just a possum, not an opossum.
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Right?
Wait, no, it's an opossum.
No, it's not.
Opossum.
It's just a
Opossum versus
possum.
Oh, okay. They can be referred to as either.
No.
In common use.
And a possum.
Oh no, so in scientific context,
Oh my gosh.
opossum is a preferred, but in like normal conversation, possum is usually used.
Okay, because you have to say an
But
opossum.
I'm a scientist.
Okay. Scientist over here. It was so weird. You kept saying it. I was like, an opossum? Possum. It's a possum.
But-
Is it controversial? Like what?
I don't know. It was just a big meme, and then I thought it was kind of sweet that it really wanted to watch
No.
this football game. I
No,
thought it was kinda
rodents
funny.
just need to go, honestly. Like, it's you or them at the end of the day.
No,
I
it's
know. Yes, it is.
No, I'm
like
a soccer game or
what?
football game, whatever.
Yeah, because it's like they could eat. Like, what if there's a baby? Like, again, being a mom, what if my baby's there? I don't want him to eat Malibu, so I'm going to just take him on out. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to say they safely removed and then the governor or the mayor or whatever actually posed with the possum because it became like a mascot. It was such like a viral moment. So that's kind of
not about it.
my grandpa when I was little tried to give me a possum for like as a pet. But
Here in California?
yeah, well he was from Peru and he didn't really speak English very well, so I think he thought it was a rabbit. So-
where did he find it?
On this, he said it fell from a tree on the sidewalk, and he put it in a cage and gave it to me as a present, which was sweet. But
Did you take care of it in the house or
no,
outside?
my dad made him get rid of it because we couldn't just have like a
Your
wild
dad's a possum hater. Oh my god, that's wild. Oh my, so did you have any animals growing up?
Yeah, that's why my grandpa he would always just give me little creatures, like little critters.
Oh, okay, that's cute. I like that.
He would go to like Chinatown and like get a rabbit. Like I think they would cook the rabbit, but he would like take it and give it to. Yeah.
Did you eat it?
No, I
You
just
never ate
raised
rabbit?
it. No, like
I never had rabbit
I
either.
love critters. Did you like critters when you were little? No,
I was never like an animal person. I know that says that you're like a sociopath if you don't like animals, but I was always just scared of animals. Like I always thought they'd like bite me. I just always was like scared of animals, and I still kind of am. We went to the Santa Barbara Zoo, and I was kind of like, I don't know, animals scare me in general. Or I always think about like the babies falling in the gorilla pits and stuff like that. Like it's so scary because like they are wild animals. At the end of the day, it's not the animal's fault, but they'll like eat you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Animals in general scare me. Dogs have always bit me, and I know that's always says it's something about you and not them. But I've always just been bit by dogs. Like even like little Shih Tzus. I don't know. My family has like 2 dogs, like my mom and sister, and they're sweet. But I don't know. Yeah, I never was like a critter person, like an animal. Like let me be with the animals.
I loved a critter.
I think I'm just
growing
scared.
up.
Really? What kind of critters?
I had all the critters. I had guinea pigs, rabbits, turtles, fish, chinchillas.
You love
dogs,
fish, which is
cats.
the most wild thing about you, that you're a fish person. When we drove to your house the other day, I was just like, oh, there's like a little fish store right next to you.
That's where we go. All the time.
I knew it. I was like, I bet he picked this place because it's next to the fish store. That's cool. It's like right down the street from you.
We always walk over, see what they got.
Okay,
Yeah,
I love
love
you
a
as
little critter.
Fish person.
I love a little animal.
Fishes are wild though because they don't do anything.
I know it actually is, but that's why I kind of like them more. I think.
No, I love them. I told you I want a fish tank, but they're so expensive.
We gotta get sponsored by a fish place.
Oh my god, I want a big fish tank too. I want it to take up the entire wall.
That I would love it,
That'd
and I
be
could
so
like live
cool.
vicariously through you guys because they're so cool.
You could have one in yours too. Just have the whole wall. We'll get sponsored. We'll each get a wall of aquarium. I'll say that's part of the deal. It's me and Oscar together. We watch Home Improvement, and it's Tim. Tim's like the host, but Al's a big part of the show. They call him his co-host and his sidekick, but Al's like just as big as him. And he was offered basically it's like a local show. Tool Time is like local to like Michigan and like Midwest and stuff like that. But they offered to take him national, but he had to get rid of Al. And that was the dilemma. And he's like, this is like my big thing I could do. But they're like, you have to cut Al. And at the end of the episode, he couldn't cut Al because he was, not only was he his friend, but he's like, Al's a big part of the show. So he kept Al. And they were able to negotiate getting a few more cities in syndication, but not national yet. But they would see how the test runs would do. But he said that the young people didn't like Al. It was just the old people. They were trying to get a young demographic in. But at the end of the day, he kept Al. We haven't finished the series yet, so we don't know if they ever get national. But
and you should put spoiler alert before that.
Spoiler alert from the 90s TV show Home Improvement. I love that show.
I'm worried for you for when you finish a show. Like you have to find something new.
I know, and that's the worst. That's the most depressing thing. Like when we finished Lost and Desperate Housewives, like it's really awful. Like Home Improvement is my show right now that I am obsessed with, and yeah, I don't know. I guess there's another one he did later on in life called like Last Comic Standing, where he had, or no, not Last Comic Standing. What is it? Last Man Standing. But I guess it's a little problematic. He's like very conservative on that, and he gets a little political. I guess he has like 3 daughters, and it's like I don't really care what somebody is, but I hate when it's like shoved either way.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it was on as long as it was because I think it was on another 10 seasons, like Home Improvement. But I guess he's like really Republican and has all these like Republican beliefs and talks about like Trump and stuff and all like in a good. I don't know. Again, I don't care anyone's political beliefs, but it's just like when it's like shoved down your throat like that. But I'm shocked it was on ABC for as long as it was because everyone's so liberal in Hollywood.
I love when people don't talk. I think like or actors,
That's
you know,
for
like big famous people.
Logan too. I feel like the podcast gave off such weird bro energy that I didn't like. Like they were just so the way they talked to like girls in interview, I hated it. But then like watching him do that kind of stuff, it's like really remarkable and amazing. And I'm just like, wow, I'm like astonished by how talented he is. And it's just like, yeah, sometimes if you're just really talented, like Rachel Zegler, like sometimes it's just like let your talent speak, and you don't need to like let the dummies talk and let them run their like mouth in the floor or whatever to get fame. But when you have talent, you don't need to talk. Yeah. And all these people with podcasts just get themselves in trouble. And like every clip I have that gets me in trouble is like from a podcast where you just like talk too much because you just talk, you don't think anything of it. You're just like, blah, blah, blah.
He stays in the room.
Yeah, right. And then it's out there, and then it's like out there forever, and you're like, oh my god, I'm dumb. Yeah, it's a big oops. So did you see Lauryn Hill? Do you know who Lauryn Hill is?
Yeah.
So random. She was like at a concert. I guess she's always late to her concerts, and people get pissed about it. And she's just like, "You're lucky I showed up to this concert." And I was like, I kind of love that. I guess she's older, so she's just kind of like legend, where she's like, "You're lucky I showed up."
Yeah.
I want to be that way in life. It's like, you're lucky I'm here. You're lucky I'm talking about you.
Oh, that's funny. I did see something on where it's like someone had to get a nanny, book an Airbnb, traveled like 6 hours to get to a Lauryn Hill concert, and then she canceled like as they pulled up. And so I guess something like that would be like so annoying when you plan your whole.
That is the worst, especially like concerts and stuff like that, and they get canceled.
Yeah, like
I know.
This person said it was like canceled like last minute. Like they found out as they pulled up that it was canceled. That happened to me once for Kelly Clarkson concert at the Santa Barbara Bowl. Ironically.
Really?
Yeah, I remember we pulled up and then found out it was canceled.
Oh, as you were getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's ever happened. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
You get so excited and like, yeah, I think about getting glam and all this. What was her?
I don't know. Maybe she
reason?
was sick or something. I remember I was little, like, because my parents drove me. I remember.
Oh.
And yeah, we just pulled up and they're like, "There's no show today." And yeah.
That would be so sad.
So stuff like that would suck. But I know Beyonce was like late to like a show or something or whatever. But it's like for something like that, you know, it's like a legend. You know, you kind of just have to.
You just wait.
Yeah, at least they come on eventually.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess if you're there, I would just wait. I don't know. People get and fans turn quickly. They get so mad if they're waiting for like a long time, which like I get. I'm very patient. I guess I would say. I think I'm very patient. Like I like going to restaurants. Like my dad like hates waiting. If it's like a 10-minute wait, he's like, let's go somewhere else. So then you drive somewhere else and there's another wait. It's just like, so I will wait at a restaurant I grew up in the Midwest and like we would wait at Chili's for like 2 hours, Red Lobster for 2 hours, like just for a table. Like I don't mind waiting. I don't know. I just, especially once you're there and you parked and you're just like sitting at the waiting room, it's just like, just sit. Like what, we're going to go somewhere else and wait somewhere else. I don't know. I don't mind waiting.
I'm bad at wait. I'm like really impatient.
You don't like to do it?
Mm-mm. That's what, that kind of reminds me of, did you see all the stuff with like Keith Lee over the past week with like the
Atlanta?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to get into that. I feel like Atlanta TikTok was wild. Like
I
people,
just like in general, it just reminded me of the wait times. Like in general, like an hour and a half wait time for a table. I was like, oh wow, that's like, I don't know if I could ever do that. Like,
yeah.
I think that's why I'm like, I would just go to like the Chili's around here. And you just walk in.
Just walk in. I know it's crazy now. There's no waits. Back in the day, you had to like wait at Chili's.
Olive Garden used to be.
Oh yeah.
Remember you had to get like the buzzer and then you have to like sit there.
Oh, I would wait. Even like in 2018, I was waiting. Like it is weird how those chain restaurants there's like no waits. I guess we don't really go late at night, but I go at lunch.
I got like a 3 or 4. Maybe that's why.
That is the time to go for sure. So maybe that's why. But yeah, the ATL one is wild because like Keith Lee's a better person than me because honestly, I would have taken that like free ride all day long. Like if someone offers me a free table, I'd be like, yeah, actually, like, or you know, like I guess what happened was his family, Keith Lee is like a really great TikTok food reviewer and he goes to like small businesses and he's been like, I don't know if he's like on tour these places or he's just doing it for content or he's like doing something for a reason, but he went to like this Atlanta one, the Milk and Honey. Was it the Real Milk and Honey is what it's called because there's a Milk and Honey, the Real Milk and Honey, and he his family went in first and they basically were closed or something even though they were open.
It was like they were
deep cleaning.
Oh,
yeah.
deep.
We're doing deep cleaning
Oh
at
God,
open hours. Like it's supposed
that's
to be
wild.
open.
So like deep cleaning. So like basically turn them away. Did they offer? I guess they didn't offer him to wait or whatever. And then, but then why did Keith Lee go in if he didn't want a table just to cause ruckus?
I think he was trying to just order like food to pick up. I think because he tried to call the order. Right?
Oh.
To call the order in, he couldn't, and then he couldn't get a seat because they were cleaning, and then I think he was just trying to like get food to take out. Or is that what it was?
Okay, so then they offered him a table when he went to go get the
When
food
they
to take
saw
out,
him,
and then he was like, "No, I don't want that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm gonna take it." Like, I get it. It is. But I think that's just also again like life in general. Like I think that's just how it is. Like people. I actually the deep cleaning is wild to me. Like that is kind of crazy, but I guess they say in Atlanta, all the Atlanta people are like, this is just how it is down here. Like they're just make up rules, like weird rules.
Yeah, and I know that the Real Milk and Honey, I saw the list of like rules that they had for it was like awesome kind of like crazy stuff.
But it was like those were like jokes, right? I mean, obviously those weren't like real. It was like. What were they? We read them too, and I was just like, okay, this is obviously like, yeah, they're supposed to be like funny. Everyone's like, oh my god, these rules are ridiculous.
Like if you have allergies, no substitutions or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, some restaurants are like that. Some fancy restaurants are like that. They don't let you like substitute.
That's
and
I feel like if you go to a restaurant like that, then that's what you kind of like are expecting. But for me personally, I'm just like, I'd rather just go to like a Cheesecake Factory. It should be number one on the dates. Like.
Oh, wow. We went to Cheesecake Factory after last episode, and it was, oh my god, it was so bad.
Really?
And I got the Louisiana chicken pasta, which I love, and I was like so sick from it. I don't know. I can't eat out at restaurants unless it's Benihana or boiling crab. I don't know. The other ones we've gone to, oh my god, the worst was actually, and we liked it a couple months ago. We went to Outback Steakhouse. I almost vomited. Like it was. I got fried chicken, potatoes, and mac and cheese, which are like my favorite meal ever. It was like the mac and cheese was like, I don't know what it is at Outback, but it was like brown. It was like covered in like gravy, and it was like it was like, I wish I had taken a picture of this. It was, and then I went to go bite into the chicken, and it was just like black. And it wasn't like well done. I love a well done chicken. It was just like this like little black pieces in there, like really weird gristle. It was like I physically couldn't eat it. It was like so weird, and I was starving. It was the most bizarre thing. The bloomin' onion was decent. I don't know. That mac and cheese smelled like vomit. Like someone literally vomited on it. And I am not picky. I'll eat KFC mac and cheese. I love KFC mac and cheese. Like I'll eat anybody's mac and cheese. Like it's the most bizarre thing.
It's weird because we went there twice, and it's like one time it was amazing. And this time it was the war. Everything. Not one thing on the table was good. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It's hard to explain it.
Oh my God, that was awful. We had horrible chain restaurant experiences. So it was like, yeah, it was Outback and it was Cheesecake Factory. And I'm just like, oh no.
That's because those are like the place
I know.
you always like so highly
I
of.
know. I was like, no. And I just, oh God, it was so sad. So I don't know. I'm kind of picky these days. I'm going out to eat. Like I'm very, very picky.
You need to have like a Keith Lee kind of reputation where like you show up and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have to make sure we don't screw up for Trisha.
Yeah,
you know?
that would be great. I think Boiling Crab knows what's up. They do it for us. Benihana does it for us. There's certain restaurants that show up for us and they like make sure we have the best experience. But I can never do what he does because he goes to like small ones that no one's heard of.
Yeah, I'm like a chain restaurant.
Me
kind
too.
of person,
I want to know the food is good. Like
Yeah.
I mean, his food does look good that he eats, but I think he has also a wider palate than us. Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm a lot
that's
picky.
for sure.
You know, I'm very picky, and
I've realized that's why people need to start sponsoring more because your influence is actually crazy. Because then there was this, I kept seeing the meme of you when you were eating Panda Express with the cardboard cutout, and I was like, oh, Panda Express looks so good. And then I had Panda Express. I saw when you had Domino's, I was like, ooh, I want Domino's. When you were eating Chick-fil-A, I was like, Chick-fil-A sounds amazing right now.
the food influence is real with me.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. Yeah, I agree, but they never sponsor fat people because they don't want that.
This is gonna be in video, so if it happens, if you do the trainer or the Ozempic, whatever, and then if these people start rolling in, then we know that they're fake. We'll still
Right.
take the sponsorship, but
I'll
we'll know.
take these- That's true. I should do Ozempic and still eat the Domino's, and then it'll be totally fine, and then they'll want to sponsor me.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be the commentary on humanity? It's like now I'm skinny and now Domino's
Everyone
wants to sponsor me.
you, yeah. And McDonald's and everyone.
I think that's effed up. Like I believe fat people if they want like what they like for food. You know what I mean?
I
Like
wonder because Keith Lee's like fit because he used to be an MMA fighter, so I
Yeah,
wonder if he
he's
was
like-
bigger. Would people still like take him as serious? I don't know.
no, I don't think so. I think that's like the thing with mukbangers in general. Like the skinny ones just get more views. Like Zach Choi, he was a really big one, and he used to eat so much food. He was an ASMR eater, and he would eat so much food, just so much Chick-fil-A, like 5 Chick-fil-A sittings in one. But he's like skinny and good looking and stuff like that. So Moses does not eat movie theater food. We went Saturday night, and I got my popcorn and my nachos, and I ate it, no problem. But he doesn't like them. He doesn't like any of the
Really?
food. It's crazy.
I don't
You
know,
had
I mean,
like a little
sometimes-
popcorn.
Sometimes I think that day was just not hungry, but sometimes I like the popcorn. Sometimes
You had a little bit of it, but I was like, wow, that's wild. Like
I had
he
M&Ms.
just-
I had a box.
Oh yeah, they had little M&Ms, but I was like, that's so crazy to me. It's so good. AMC really is superior. Actually, we went to a Regency, and I will say the AMC is better, but the AMC was sold out at Priscilla near us, so I was like, I guess we'll go to the Regency, and it was very busy and had a ton of girls, which I left early because you hear, I always hear that's Trisha,
Oh,
which is cool.
really?
It's nice, but I get so much
Anxious.
anxiety, and they were surrounding us.
There's a certain age where they're like so excited, but they can't hide it. So
Yeah.
they walk by and suddenly it's like, and you hear the whispers and the laughs, and then we get nervous because you know
Yeah.
what comes after. But that whole theater was just that demographic.
I know.
The
It was all
entire
the whole
theater.
theater. I was like, and we're like in the front. We're in the front row, so it's like everyone's
It's
seeing
like,
us.
okay, we have to leave 5 minutes before the movie ends. I'm like, well, how will we know? You know,
It ended so abruptly. It was like because
and suddenly it ended. We're looking at each other. It was like, oh, shit.
I ran out and I'm
She
like
ran
sprinting.
so fast.
I love when you do that, but I wish you
Oh,
blind.
I was walking so fast.
I was like, wait a minute, this is not safer. Like,
It was fun. Because here's the thing, like I actually don't mind, like I said, when people come up to me, I like love it. But these are like the whispers, and they were so clearly like going back and forth to like take pictures as you're like whatever, and it just makes me feel weird when it's that level because it's like, oh, are you like hating on me or are you like I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, and like you said, it's like an age, just like these teenagers where they could either be mean or nice, and I'm terrified of all teenagers. So I just immediately was just like I had my hood on. I felt like I don't know. I just like I don't know. It's nice, I guess, if they're being nice, but I always just think I'm gonna see it on TikTok of people making fun of me or me eating my popcorn and nachos or something. I don't know. I get a little uncomfortable. I was just shocked at I guess it was a Saturday night at like 8:00 too. Like all the young kids were out, and I was like,
I wanted to see some Jacob Elordi.
They wanted to see some Jacob Elordi, and he was. I get it. I get why all the kids think he's cute for sure. I've never been a young man fan. Like I never thought young men were attractive. I don't know. Even when I was young, I never thought young people.
That just reminded me. My first like young man crush when I was little was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, mine
And
too.
he's in Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah, and I tell him all the time. I hate all those other little boys. I'm like, I just would want him. He's so cute. He does not think he's the good-looking one in the thing. I'm like, all the other ones.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Oh, when we were little, that was like the
chokehold.
Yeah, I had a poster of him and everything.
I'm surprised because you're like 5 years younger than me because like he's a little older than me. So I thought like I'm surprised he lasted to your generation.
I think, I don't even know him from the show. I just remember having a poster of him, and I remember I had stickers of like little lips, like kisses or whatever.
Oh my God.
And I put a little lip sticker
you thought
on
he was
his.
cute?
Yeah, even as a little boy.
Yeah, no, when I was like really little, I thought he was cute, like because he was older than me, so I thought he was like cute. And like watching it now, I was like, oh yeah, he's like the cute one on the show for sure. But he ended up doing movies. He was like in Huckleberry Finn. He did like one, like Tom Sawyer. I think he played. He did like Man of the House. We watched his movies. There was one with Chevy Chase he was in, and then he kind of like, yeah, what happened to him? Like he just disappeared.
Idea.
Because he was like a heartthrob, but spoiler alert. So I went to go see like what he was doing, and he was on Last Man Standing. So he ended up coming back on Tim Allen's show, him and the mom, and he like just looks like a completely different person. Like you're just like, oh wow, he looks so different. I guess you probably like don't want to be looked at as like a pretty boy. So because he doesn't look on purpose. I think he tries not to look like pretty. So I guess you just don't want to be that maybe. But yeah, because on the show he's kind of like a nerd, surprisingly, because he's like so cute. Like they kind of like make fun. They're always like pushing him around and. Right?
No, he's not the nerd.
Yeah,
Mark
last night.
is the nerdy.
No, last night on the show they took his candy and took him outside.
But that was just because the older brother is now like, becoming much older. But no, he's definitely not the nerd.
Podcast.
I was gonna say.
He is not the nerd.
I DM'd like this guy named Richard Karn who plays Al, who's just like his sidekick on the show. I had to come on the podcast and he left me on red. I was like, wow, I can't even get this guy on my podcast. Anyways, it's so good.
It's always funny to me when people have like a dedicated like podcast to a show. Because like, like the Glee people.
Like the Lost podcast.
Yeah.
Like the what?
The Lost podcast.
Oh, I had a Lost podcast, yeah. And the Glee. It lasted like 6 episodes. I loved it. God, I wish I had you back then. I could have like made you watch it and be like, let's talk about this together. Because I was just talking to myself and it was a weird one. But it would be fun to talk about it with some. I should have Moses on, honestly, because you're very, because he does talk to me about it. But I'm so against couple podcasts, so I'm just like, no, I don't want to. But I mean, he's my only guest, really.
That reminds me too. Like a list of like requested guests. It was like It was like Trixie Mattel, so and so, Moses Hoffman.
Oh yeah, I know. I was like. I guess you're not in my videos as much anymore because we used to always do videos together. So I was like, okay, people are like sick of us. I'd be sick. I hate when people just always are we're always together, but like when they always show them on camera. I don't know. It's like kind of annoying to me. I don't know. I love you so much, but it's like, right? People would always say, I just want to see you in the car or whatever. You know what I mean? Because they're used to that.
Right. I mean, you've been doing this for how many years? And I just
16.
entered your life in the last, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And that's not your brand. That's not what you do.
I just don't like couples podcasts. I just don't. Like even oh my God, there's another one that always comes. It's kind of like the I've Had It Girls. It always comes on my For You page. And it's always like the worst. That's what I'm saying with the I've Had It Girls. I think I've always just seen the worst clips of them just being so mean. And there's this other podcast, and I've talked about them before, and it's like really, truly no hate to them at all. But it's like the clips they show me on the For You page is always like the worst light. So I think it's called the Unplanned Podcast, and it's a couple. And today she was talking, they're young. And today she was talking to him, and she's like, I'm glad we married young because like I don't know who I would even be without you. Like you changed my eating, you changed my hobbies. Like it's all the stuff like they just morphed into the same person. And I'm like, I don't think that sounds like very healthy. I think it's like, and not just to that couple, but just in general. I'm like, it's kind of like you should have your own identity. Like we're always together. I love being always together, but I don't know, to always like, I don't know. Then you're doing a podcast together on top of, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it's cute. Honestly, like Dream World, I would love for us to just have a podcast. Like, I mean, in a different world or whatever like that. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's like too much, and then you always agree, and it's just I don't know.
Right, but I think we do, but I do what I do best, which is the technical stuff, the design stuff, and you do what you do best, which is the entertainment.
Yeah, because honestly, not all the couples are entertaining.
I'm not entertainment. I'm not entertaining.
I don't think that. I'm just saying, like, there's so many couples that are just like, there's always like a boring one, and I'm like, oh, God, we don't want to hear about that. You know what I mean? And not to say you're the boring one, but it's just like, you're actually very interesting compared to a lot of these couples that are on there.
Right, but I'm saying it because my life has not been entertainment for a reason. Like I do what I do best, which is design and the technical stuff, which I enjoy too.
Yeah. But I think even if you were the most entertaining person, I don't know, still, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, like, I don't know. We don't want to see it. And like seeing them, they did like Barbie and Ken. And I'm just like, I don't know. This feels like just like watching your parents or something. And it is. It's parent vibes in the best way because it's like, okay, you get along, they're loving, but it's like, we don't want to see that. We like a little banter. We like a little common, something different. You know, we come from different places, different things. And it's just a little better. I don't know. My opinion. Doesn't really matter, really. But I just, I don't know. A couple podcasts drive me nuts. I don't even know why we got on that, but they drive me nuts.
No, because everyone wants Moses as a guest.
Oh. For something, I don't know. You can go watch the old, what was it called? Dish with Trish? Was that what mine was called? The old Dish with Trish. Moses was my guest multiple times during quarantine.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Actually, within 3 weeks of us dating, you were a guest because it was during quarantine. I was like, do you want to be a guest? And honestly, I must have been so in love because it was a serious one. So I'm asking him about his water work and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, you must have been in love if you were asking him about water and stuff like that. Probably now could be interesting because I love you and I do think it's interesting. But back then I was just like, wow, yeah, that's really great. You can go watch it. Speaking of Ruckus, did you see Alan Ruck? Is that his name, Alan Ruckus? Is his name Alan Ruckus or Alan Ruck?
The guy who crashed into the pizza shop?
I know where that pizza shop is. Oh my God, that's literally on what is it, Hollywood and La Brea?
Wait, he's in Succession? Was that the show he was in?
I was thinking Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh.
But he might be in Succession now, but they always... Oh, wait, is his name Alan Ruck? That's so weird because I was thinking Ferris Bueller's Day Off, can you describe the ruckuser? That's what I was thinking. But that was wild. What happened? Did it ever say, was he drunk? Because did you see that? He was doing a right-hand turn, but the thing was on over here. So he had I don't know, it was this, he did this wide right-hand turn and then kind of swooped into the pizza place. I'm like, and how come more people weren't talking about it? I was just like, that's a huge crash. No one was hurt, I guess.
He said it was because he's just getting older.
Oh my God, he's not that old. What is he, in his 60s?
67.
So he wasn't drunk and there was nothing in his system?
Oh, that's what he said.
I mean, that was wild because he was going fast and turning the curb so quickly. It looked crazy. And he literally smashed this is what I'm saying. If you smash a car into something, it's going to be on the news. I don't care who you are. If you smash a car, it ruins the place. It's everything. It's crazy. That was wild. And then I guess nothing ever happened, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. It's still, the cause of the crash is still unknown. And the police are still investigating the surveillance footage.
And no one got hurt?
2 people were injured, but not seriously injured.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's crazy. That's great because that was the wildest thing. I saw was it TMZ or Entertainment Tonight? Someone had the footage of it.
Yeah, it was on TikTok.
Okay.
Someone, but then everyone else kind of picked it up from there. But
yeah,
to me, it wasn't I don't know why, but I see, maybe because I'm on that little crime app, but I see cars there at the Starbucks in Calabasas. A car crashed through it the other day.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's common.
I see it all the time.
I've never seen it. Oh, so what is the app? It's a crime app?
Yeah.
It's not Ring.
No, it's I think it's called Citizen. Not sponsored, I wish. But
Citizen app.
It's a silly little app. You wouldn't you'd get paranoid. But for me, I'm nosy. So, but yeah, it was car crash through Starbucks in Calabasas at the Commons. So
no way.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Commons.
Yeah, a car crashed straight through it. I think it might be.
God.
I wonder so I'll go investigate for just Trish.
Go investigate. We were just at the Commons. That's where we saw the Priscilla. That's so crazy.
So
oh my gosh.
They literally crashed straight through it. So it probably is closed, I would think.
Wow.
I don't know. But I feel like it happens pretty frequently, weirdly.
I guess news to me.
It literally happened last night, too. Someone crashed through another bar in Santa Monica.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, Santa Clarita. I see all the time. Yeah, two very different areas. But
wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, stay safe out there. Don't crash your cars. Yeah. Oh, my God. And if it's on, it's going to be on the crime app. That's where you're going to find it.
And I guess I'd be scared to eat at the front of at a plate.
Yeah, I've seen that, too, where, someone's, eating or getting their hair done and, a car comes crashing through. I have seen that before on TikTok. That's... Be safe out there. You know what I do think, and this is not ageist at all, but I do think maybe at a certain age you should have to renew your license. You know what I mean?
I thought that was a thing because I remember you brought it up once, and I was like, "Oh yeah, T." I thought it was I assumed that was a law in place, but I guess not.
No, I think I think they need to though because again, you can drive forever, and some people shouldn't. Honestly, when I'm 70, I think I'd rather just be chauffeured around. I don't know.
That's stressful. Yeah. It's too much can go wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, driving is stressful. I know people don't drive, and I'm honestly, I kind of get it. Yeah. I just get car sick. That's the only reason I like to drive is because then I can not get car sick. Because when I'm passenger, usually I'm in the back seat with her and I get sick a lot. I'm so if we go long distance, I'm okay, I gotta drive a little bit because I do get nauseous.
Yeah.
And P.S. Squishmallows. They're supposed to be coming December.
Thank God you got the tea.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. And there was a lot of people that said that it was only in the UK, but our McDonald's said that they were here and sold out. So I don't know.
Is it true? That is a conspiracy.
That is the conspiracy. McDonald's, we need to know these answers. But my McDonald's said that they're coming back in December.
I would love to be sponsored by Squishmallows. Manifesting guests and manifesting random sponsors for stuff.
I love it. Yeah, I want $1 million contract. That's what I want for all of these. I need $1 million contract, and I'm manifesting that. I think manifesting is so great because you can just say whatever you want. You're this is what I want, and that'll happen. I haven't manifested lately, so this is what I need to start doing more. So you need to manifest it, make it happen. Any other hot stories, or is that we got all the hot
I
stories?
think I had one more. Let me see. Oh, the blind items. You want to try one?
Sure, we could try one.
Okay.
Okay, this is a new segment where we don't know what about, and it scared me because Oscar presented it as like, I don't know if you're gonna like this if you're not into it. And I'm like, oh, right away I get scared when people say that because you know me very well, so I was just like, oh no.
Well,
I
sometimes you know, like little games. So.
Oh wait, it's a game.
Not really. I mean, you just have to guess who it is. I mean, but no one knows.
Oh yeah,
so
this gives me, and a lot of podcasts do that, gives me like, we ran out of things to talk about, so let's just throw this in.
Which
but we've got
is
3 hours.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
fine.
T,
Let's do it. We can do it. I love that
Okay.
you put the effort in. I don't want to poo-poo someone who put a little effort into it. You know what I mean? So we'll see how this goes. But you do know me, and right away when you're like, I don't know if you like this, and I'm like, I don't know either, because to me, blind items aren't that exciting. I see people talk about, I'm like, okay. Anyways, maybe there's a girl on TikTok who only does blind items.
Really?
And she's like annoying. You know the one I'm talking about? She did one about us one time or something, and it's like, this is about Trisha. I'm just like, you guys are annoying. Like,
blind items are they're like so unserious because a lot of them like just give very generic details, and it could be applied to just about anyone, and it's I would say for the most part probably like unfounded.
It's also never true. The one she said was
yeah.
about me and Moses was literally like he's planning on leaving her and divorcing her and doing all like this weird shit that's like so far out. It's like so bizarre.
Because you can literally make up anything.
They literally make up anything.
It's
That's
so
why I'm like,
silly.
I'm over it.
It's very, very silly.
Well, let's try it.
on that note.
On that note.
So this blind item says, spotted a major A-list actress hooking up with a young TikTok star in the VIP section of a club in LA.
Oh my God.
They were all over each other and didn't care who saw. The actress is known for her private life, so this is a rare sighting. The TikTok star is new to the scene, but he's quickly gaining popularity. It's unclear if they're just having fun or if there's something more going on.
Where did you get this?
It's from Demois.
Just someone making this up. Demois?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like you never heard of Demois?
No.
Oh, it's like this Instagram account. It's kind of big. It's like, but they get it's like all blind items, or like people send tips. And sometimes Demois, I would say, out of the gossip, like entertainment gossip, has some hits. Like, they get some things right, but a lot of the times
this sounds like so generic that could be about anybody. Yeah. And also like not that exciting. Okay, there was 2 people together in a club.
A TikTok star. Well, it would be T if it's like a young TikTok star and then like a really like serious actress. Wasn't there a TikTok star who said he was hooking up with someone famous? I think it was like a Noah Beck or someone like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never hear about TikTok people. Like Noah Beck, I never hear about him. Like I didn't even know he was still around. Like I know nothing.
Pop Gray tweets a Noah Beck photo every now and then. I think my FYP it shows a lot of like underwear pictures of Noah Beck.
I never see this.
I've never liked the underwear photo of Noah Beck. Somehow
I never see it ever.
He should come on the podcast.
Noah Beck?
He's hot.
Okay.
you said you would be into him because he might be in the LGBT spectrum.
Right.
So
He does talk about it? I guess I'd talk about it if you're open.
He talked about Zach saying about it, so
okay,
yeah.
We like it. We like someone who's questioning B.
But,
okay, we love that.
I love that this sponge. See, I knew it. See, I knew.
Because to me, I'm just like, I don't know TikTok stars. I don't know serious actresses. I'm like,
I know.
okay.
I was gonna say the only one like I can't even think of anyone.
Give
really.
me one. This is your blind item. Let's hear it. You have to play your own game.
Noah Beck, or you know who I thought of originally was that one. He was in the Hype House. Nikita Dragon pretended to date him once.
Oh, but I think he's with someone.
Oh, is he?
He's with Daisy Keech.
Oh. Okay, then I got nothing.
But I don't even think he was a TikTok. His name's Michael or something like that.
No, he was in the Hype House. He has tattoos. He's on Twitch now. You're not gonna know him at all.
Lopez.
So what's the point?
The Lopez boys.
No. Those are predators. No.
No. What? Okay, allegedly. Do we know this? Did they admit it?
I think there was.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my, are you sure?
You
allegedly.
missed this whole thing. The Lopez, it's like Tony and something Lopez.
Tony and there's like Omar or something. Like there was
the
another.
Lopez boy with like the hair.
Yeah,
the spiky
they used to
hair.
like be the background dancers to James Charles. They're like, why don't you say?
No, there was the
so?
whole thing that got canceled because there was even like an audio recording of them with like an underage girl.
What?
Yes, and they disappeared off TikTok for a little bit because this came out and was public, but now they're back.
Oh my god, isn't that crazy how people can just come back from it?
Yeah,
Like, oops, that was a little bit of
actual crime, but yeah.
Oh no. Okay, yikes! This is where the segment went.
That was the blind item. That was my.
Okay.
Okay, T.
We love it. We love it.
And that's the segment, everyone. I do know you, but I had a hunch.
You do? I
like,
know. When you said it, and then I'm someone that's like, I'm not naked anymore. I don't shoot things down, you know, like get to keep open mind and stuff like that. But you do know me. People do know me. I mean, that's one thing. I feel like that's one thing. People know me. They know what I like. Moses will always know. Like literally, it was so cute at Outback Steakhouse. He removed the mac and cheese from my plate because he knew I wouldn't even eat any of the other food if I looked at it. He literally didn't say anything. He just removed it and hid it from me. And I was like, oh, thank you. Nothing was said. And it was, funny. Oh man, it was crazy. So you guys know me so well. I love it. I don't know. Yeah. Blind items to me, I'm just like, okay, it's just like, I love a gossip, but it's just like empty gossip. It just like literally can mean anything. And because I know there's been blind items about us that like literally is like so random and nowhere. I mean, back in the day, people would do blind items where like Trisha, like someone was leaving Trisha's house right after Moses left. And I was like, what? It was the most bizarre thing. And they had like a name for him. They found someone's mugshot and was like, this is the person, like just random person, like making stuff up. I was like, y'all are weird. And people going with it.
That is so funny.
I don't trust it. Well, you have no insight on that?
No, that's literally all
Noah Beck and who?
Who's an A-list? Nicole Kidman.
Oh my God. We're done with this game. We are done with it.
I only love a blind item when it's like it's like if it was something negative about someone that could be attributed to Kendall Jenner, I'd be like, oh
my God, the Kendall Jenner hate. Look, I love the initiative that you like came up with another idea because sometimes we need it. There was not a lot of hot topics and I was worried.
It was like a just in case we needed.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it. And that's what I love about you. So I don't want anyone to ever think. I think one episode, like a couple of times ago, someone's like, you got to watch the way you talk to Oscar. And I was like, oh my God. I always thought I was like so nice. And I was like, because I do in general just watch how I talk to anybody, but much less someone that's like an employee that you could just be like, oh my gosh, like sue me or something later. But in general, I try to be nice to everybody in the way I talk. But
I will go on the record, no Mr. Beast situation over here, no NDAs, no.
You can't just fire someone, right? Like you can't just fire people. Like let's say I was like done, right? I'm just like, I'm done with Oscar. Like I can't just like fire you.
I think you can.
I guess technically you're not like hired or anything. We don't have like a contract or anything. But okay, like you hire someone, like let's say I hire an assistant and I was like, oof, they're like I don't like their vibe or like something's a little off about them. Can you just fire them?
I think you can.
But then can't they sue you because you fired without a cause or something?
Only if it's like a discriminatory thing, I think.
If they think there was a cause, but the cause is not justified. You know what I mean? Like if they think you fired them because X or
oh my
Z.
God, that's like so scary. But like you could be like, well, you fired me because I'm gay or something
like
that.
Yeah, like a wrongful termination. Like
that's what always scares me about. Like I think that's why I've never like hired people. Like I'm scared to hire anyone. Like everyone that like glam everything's like freelance. Like I just do everything very like casual because it's like so scary. Like you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the show.
That's the show. Thanks for watching Just Trish. This was wild. I started out tired and I'm still tired and hungry. I don't know. I'm like tired and hungry all the time. And cold. Tired and hungry, cold. Because now it's daylight savings and everything's getting darker. And I'm just like, I feel like we're going to be done with this podcast because it's going to be like nighttime outside.
That's actually tea, yeah.
That's tea. It really is. And then I thought about having a little Christmas party. I was like, maybe we should have a Christmas party. And I was like, who would we invite? I'm like, I don't know, Oscar and his boyfriend.
That's so
like
sweet.
a little like white line. Because I also have my makeup artist who I'm friends with too. And I'm just like, it'd be cute like her and her husband. But it's like only like 6 people. And I'm like, I don't know.
That's enough for us,
is
right?
It? Okay.
Yeah.
It's an office party.
Yeah,
it's our Christmas office party.
Yeah, we just have all these Christmas lights. We just have. You can't see them now during the daytime, but at nighttime we have our palm trees lit up and stuff. I'm like, oh, I want people to come see it and stuff like that. But we really don't have a lot of friends. But I always think, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this has been another episode of Just Trish. It's been Hot Topics. We have an amazing guest coming up for you this Thursday. We have a lot of amazing guests coming. They're all amazing. And thank you to the amazing Oscar. Thank you for everything.
Thank you to the amazing Trisha Moses.
Oh, you're amazing. The hot topics, the hot takes, the editing, just being punctual, getting it done. We love to see Moses. Yes, we love to see you over there too.
I'm just a friend.
You're just Moses over there. You're just a friend. And you guys are more than just viewers. You guys are just friends.
Family.
Just family. Just family. And you know what? My opinions don't matter. I'm just Trish. So we'll see you next time. Is that the tagline? You had a good tagline.
It's not personal.
It's not personal, just Trish. There it is. All right.
Not my opinion.
My apologies to Charli D'Amelio. I'm so sorry. I'm still thinking about that.
No,
I'm so upset
totally
about it.
shouldn't.
I know. I feel so bad. I want to personally apologize. Come on the show and I'll apologize to you.